Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Dungeons and Drama Majors, a live stream show where a group of us drama majors will be, for the very first time, playing a homebrewed steampunk campaign, sharing it with all of you out there on Twitch, and having a little bit of fun while we're at it. We don't have the time, let's say, for grand introductions, so let's just jump right into this world. Welcome to Emeria, a world of mechanical wonders, genetic experimentation, flying cities, and underwater research labs. Emeria is comprised of two continents separated by a narrow ocean, Stalgard to the north and Lirimar to the south. Once, hundreds of years ago, these two continents were conjoined and known together as Eamora. But an extinction-level event, commonly known as the Fall, tore the world apart. The Fall was the unfortunate side effect of a massive war between angels and demons, and as this cosmic battle raged, the material world suffered all manner of cataclysms. Oceans rose, islands slammed into the mainland, great fires burned, and the continent was cracked like an egg. In an attempt to save what remained of the material world, a group of Eamora's most powerful mages got together and undertook a great ritual that came to be known as the Sundering. This ritual severed the bonds that used to bind the material world to the outer planes, casting the world adrift within the cosmos, and saving the world from annihilation. However, this ritual came at a great cost. Although the material world was saved, magic was lost to Eamora. And so Eamora fell, and Emeria rose from its scattered pieces, its people shell-shocked, but intent on rebuilding what was lost. Over the next few centuries, great cities were built from the scrap and ruins of those that fell, and Emeria's people learned how to survive in the harsh wastelands that were left behind while their world slowly healed. But rebuilding and surviving wasn't enough for the people of Emeria. There was something they lost during the Sundering that they craved for with every passing day. Magic. Nearly 400 years after magic was lost to Emeria, a young halfling, scouring the ruins of a city lost to the Fall, discovered something incredible. Deep within one of Emeria's scars, silver crystals were discovered, humming with magical energy. This became known as the very first recorded aetheris deposit. Almost overnight, magic began to return to Emeria. Engineers created the first augmented humanoids with magical capabilities thanks to mechanical implants powered by aetheris. Biologists invented phase, a modified genome that, when introduced to a humanoid fetus, caused them to grow into powerful magicians, wielding the etheric energy within their veins. Alchemists used aetheris to concoct elixirs and compounds that produced supernatural effects, while the rune seers of Stalgard imbued their craft with etheric dust to miraculous effect. This brings us to the present day and to the city of New Eden. Nestled against the southern coastline of Lirimar, New Eden is seen as a haven for high society in the Lirimarian Badlands, known as Riss, and is governed by a woman by the name of Briar Shaw. The city itself is broken up into three districts: the High District, Mid District, and Low District. In the High District, the wealthy enjoy every pleasure imaginable, while the city's engineering firm, Prime Tech, creates autonomous guardians and all manner of technological wonders. In the Mid-District, the middle class of New Eden live out their days under the watchful eyes of the overseers, corrupt law-keepers of the city who wear eyeless masks. Meanwhile, in the Low District, residents fight to survive in the cramped slums, all the while under the oppressive watch of Prime Tech's mechanical enforcers. The city is rife with intrigue, gang violence, dissent, and all manner of shady deals. But, out here in the Rissian Badlands, it's better than being beyond the walls. We begin our journey on the western side of New Eden's Mid-District. Nestled in the district's old quarter, the neon sign of a bar hums quietly amidst the patter of rain on the street's cobblestones. This ancient watering hole with its dual multi-pane front windows is called the Weirwood Meadery. And while the bar's regulars sip on honey rum and imported spirits, a group of strangers make their way, one by one, into the bar for a very special meeting. I would like you all to roll for initiative.
Already?
Of course.
Oh! That's a good sign.
Oh, nat 20.
Okay.
We're starting off hot.
Starting off hot.
You know your boy's rolling well.
Is anyone able to beat Sheldon's nat 20?
Well, I have a natural 19 plus 4.
Oh,
So
23.
23.
So 23.
Check it, 24.
Oh! Okay. So going first, followed by...
Shutter.
Shutter.
Oh wait, no, never mind.
No, what?
I lied.
No.
I'm
Look.
a liar.
That was for us before.
Anyone between 15 and 20?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
16.
Oh, no, I got more than that. I got 17.
17?
I
Okay.
did. Hey, Colby, I see you.
And M, I take it that you
I see you,
are
Colby.
the rest of our crew
Yeah,
here.
I have a solid 10.
Solid 10.
Yeah.
Solid.
It's average.
Alrighty. Well, the first person that we have arriving here is Sheldon's character. So, approaching the Weirwood Meadery, you notice it from the message that you've been given and the coordinates you were told to meet at this mysterious, quite old, frankly, bar on the western side of the mid-district. An old oak door is pretty well at the dead center of this building, and it is flanked by a pair of multi-paned windows that jut out into the street a little bit, allowing for a little bit of area that's sort of pushed into the street for regulars and other customers to sit at. A cursive neon sign flickers above the door with Weirwood Meadery written across it. Within the establishment, as you push open the quite creaky and groany oak door, you see a long bar adorned with hanging glasses that extends nearly wall to wall in front of a large display of the establishment's liquor. The bar is dotted with dark metal chairs, and short oak tables line the walls and windows, most of them occupied by the establishment's patrons. A middle-aged human woman, dressed in a blue apron, mans the bar and smiles widely as you enter. Well, welcome to the Weirwood Meadery. Can I get you anything?
Yes, I'll have an ale.
Oh!
Well, we do have a bit of a choice here. Would you prefer something darker, something lighter?
Where's the lighter ones from?
We have some lighter ones from the north. We do have a few coming from the Broken Coast, but they are a little bit on the rarer side. We do have actually recently we got in an amber ale from the West Cliffs. It's, made by
The
one of the
Broken
barons.
Coast one.
Broken Coast, all right. And she turns around.
Do you know who made it?
Personally,
Oh my god!
can't say that I do, but the
Do you work
company,
at a
I
brewery
presume
in
you're
the game?
asking?
Yes.
Broken Barrel Brewery.
Broken Barrel. Oh, they're very good.
Oh, well, I'm surprised you've heard of them. They're a bit of a rarer kind, but anyways, turns around, grabs a pint glass off of the shelf, and gives a bit of a fill. Pops it down. It's quite a heady pint of this beer. That'll be it is Broken Coast Brew, 4 silver.
I pull out 4 silver, slap it on the table, and then I'm gonna look around and just wait to see if I can see the man I met earlier or anything kind of weird.
Okay, give me a perception check.
Great.
First roll of the game!
4.
Looking about in the dim light of this bar, it is 9 p.m., so it is quite late. You see groups of patrons. Looks to be groups of some people sitting by themselves, others in pairs, others in threes, but nothing too much bigger than a group of 3 people sitting and quietly chatting over empty glasses. Some of them with half-full pints. Most of them look to have spent quite a bit of time here so far. Not a lot of newcomers.
I will sit and watch for new people to come in.
Okay.
While I'll pull out a little bag of dice and just kind of play with them in my
Play with them?
hands.
Would you like to sit at the bar? Are you going to look for a table?
I'm gonna sit at the bar and I'm gonna lean against the bar and just watch the door, fingering the die and taking sips of my beer.
Okay.
It's not funny.
That was me, I'm sorry.
This isn't where things get comedic yet. All right. So, sit at the bar. A few moments pass, and then Jackson and Braden simultaneously, your characters arrive at the Weirwood Meadery.
Is this a place?
Allow me, if you would.
Oh. Thanks,
So,
Rex.
pulling open the door, you notice the pretty well wall-to-wall bar, copious amounts of liquor behind it. There's a human woman in a blue apron standing behind the bar, cleaning some pint glasses. There's a halfling sitting at the bar and a few other patrons about the establishment.
Oh, okay, do you remember the phrase?
Lodi, would you just call it?
Okay, no, I'm gonna go say it.
You go ahead and say it, but make sure
Um,
you don't get it wrong.
I want to talk to the bartender. Yeah, the lady.
Are you saying this, or is this you?
I'm talking to you, Kale.
looking at the bartender, saying, "I want to speak to the bartender."
No.
Okay, so go up to the bartender.
I'm gonna strut up behind my friend here with cane in hand, just kind of coolly keeping and sort of the chin up, gazing over the rest of the bar.
Okay.
And I'm watching these two. Not a lot. Like, I'm kind of taking glances up and wondering, maybe are these the people that I was told of?
Would you two like to describe your characters?
Yes!
Well, certainly. I'll go first.
Yes.
Okay.
Just gonna offer.
So, the pointed jawline of a black dragonborn man with sort of sunken and bony features, but like a chromatic black scale-like skin. It's not really scale. It's still a skin. With these long black tendrils for hair that sort of just come over his shoulders and onto his chest. With these really deep emerald green eyes, which look calm, but full of avarice still, as they are green. He's wearing this long black buckled leather coat, which covers almost everything of him, until these clunky, oversized black military boots, which sort of on the floor. Shutter boy.
Ah, the shutter.
And lastly, of course, a cane in his hand that he uses to meter out every step. So sort of a slight grin across his face. Looks kind of docile Yeah, I'll say.
Docile.
Yeah, doesn't look threatening at the moment.
Okay.
All right, so I am wearing like almost like it's not a crop top, but it is cropped and it's white, but it's also like kind of stained and old looking. It's a t-shirt. It comes just above the waistline. It's got a little breast pocket on it, and there's a hood on it, which I flipped up, and it's covering my Leonardo DiCaprio middle part. Can I say that?
Oh my God, can I say that?
Can I say Leonardo DiCaprio?
Titanic.
Oh, I think he's copyrighted his name. Hasn't he?
Yeah, I think he probably
Okay,
has.
yeah.
What a dude. Okay, so that middle part hair. And I'm wearing these like kind of short shorts, which is typical of all my characters and me in real life. And I have these wraps, these protective wraps on my forearms and on my legs, and they're made of a darker gray material that wrap around starting just above the wrist up to just past the elbow, and then from ankles to knees. And I've got a little backpack on that's made of leather, and I have green eyes, a very slight, skinny sort of figure, but also I don't look like a twig, I would say. More like a very athletic gymnast that's not muscular.
Not muscular is important to note on me as well. I'm what, maybe a few inches taller than you,
Yeah, a little bit taller than me.
but rather skinky. I'm
Skanky?
yeah, I'm like all over everybody.
Get back from each other.
Just like a runt. He looks like a runt. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what. Okay.
Okay.
So can
Okay.
I talk to the bartender?
So coming up to Doreen. Doreen, walking his
Doreen.
pint glass. Oh shoot! You don't know her name. Coming up to the bartender. She
Recognize her?
looks at the two of you. Welcome to the Weirwood Meadery.
If
May I get you something to drink?
If I were to order a bottle of Mithrin whiskey, where would be a fine place to sit?
Yeah.
That's also what I'd like to drink. Yeah. But the first part. Should I have said that quieter?
Stop laughing. You're fine. Right this way. And she heads down the, I guess to you that'd be the left side of the bar, and heads towards this sort of like iron gated door, and gives the handle a bit of a twist, and it creaks open.
Does
Right
it
inside.
Does it look like a? Like we're going to the back room of the bar, or does it look like a private party room, or like what's
It
my
looks like a-
feeling as we enter this space?
Give me an insight check.
Okay. Oh, it's my first. Well, it's not my first one. That one.
It's a room in the back.
All right, it's a room in the back. I also want to look for, as we're heading there, I want to give a glance around the bar and see if there's anybody that I recognize.
Okay, give me a perception check.
Fuck me. 4 plus 3, 7.
7. Glancing about the bar, with the low lighting, it's hard to really see anyone's features easily. Can't really tell.
Noticing my friend's jumpy nature, I'm going to, like with my cane, start imitating. If I were to order a bottle of Mithrin,
Rex, it's not funny.
you're not good at this, you know.
I'm
And I give you a tap like on the shin with my cane. Say, leave the talking to me, and you'll do the walking.
I fall back in behind Rex.
And then I'm gonna go through. Is the barkeep in the room now?
Barkeep is just standing there at the door, just sort of waiting for you to.
Yeah.
And
I'll cross, give a nod, and the toothy grin.
I look at her and I say, I'd say thank you, but apparently I'm not that good at talking.
I give a snide glance back, and I'll walk into the room.
Okay. Entering this room, it's quite a small room. Short little entry hallway heading into it. But you come into a roughly rectangular shaped room with a large circular table sort of pressed into the back of this room. There is a semicircle of benches along the back side of it,
Okay.
and about 3 or 4 chairs lined up on the side that is not right up against the wall. There's a window on the left-hand side of the room that looks out into the street. The window itself is barred. There's a bit like a lattice of these iron bars, making sure that no one is able to enter the area. But besides that, the only source of light is a small electric lamp on the ceiling.
I will strut into the center of the room, directly underneath the lamp, look up, and look at the window. I'm just going to saunter over and inspect the sky as well as the streets, if that's what's in sight.
Give me a perception check.
Sure, yeah. Okay. 9 plus 0. 9!
9. Looking out through this window, you see the alley that is right next to the Weirwood Meadery, the sort of rough cobblestones of this mid-district alley. There's quite a bit of rain dripping off of the roof itself and the eaves, and large puddles fill this alleyway. Looks to be quite a bit of discarded trash as well, littering the alley in small groupings. There is one person leaned up against the wall, probably about 30 feet down the alley to your right. But besides that, the alley is vacant.
What do they look like? Just clothing-wise.
Appear to be wearing a thick coat, something to keep them out of the rain. Besides that, it's hard to tell race. It's hard even to tell gender.
Sweet. Do I see any flashes of red on them?
No, do not.
That's all I wonder.
What are you looking at?
Just this guy. Also them.
I would like to mention that I watched where they went.
Okay.
And I recognize. I'm assuming I was close enough to recognize what this loud ass was saying.
Yes, you recognize the phrase.
Okay.
And you watch them get led by Doreen to this wrought iron door, led through it. Door closes behind them, and Doreen comes back up to the bar, and as she's making her way to the bar, is continuing to clean a pint glass.
I
pops it
continue
down.
to drink my Broken Coast light ale.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Was it an amber?
No, that was the light one. The amber one was from the West Cliffs.
Oh,
you don't
come
know
on.
your beers.
Don't even try.
With that, 30 feet. With that,
30 feet. That's the next person.
Ben,
Who's 30 feet?
your character arrives at the Weirwood Meadery.
Okay, he just fucking walks in, slams open the door.
Okay, bringing quite a bit of attention to yourself, please describe your character.
I guess you only see a extremely tall, the tallest wood elven man you have ever seen in your entire life.
Damn.
He's pretty broad-shouldered, but still like a little skinny, still an elven man. Very long, pointed ears, dark hair, and this big, full beard that has with green eyes and like these very, very angular eyebrows. And he's otherwise fairly nondescript in dress. He just has sort of a fairly plain tunic, regular sort of just working pants and sandals on. Despite his like height and the vast amount of hair on him, he's otherwise a pretty normal guy.
Okay. So you enter the Weirwood Meadery.
Where is it normal?
He's a pretty normal guy.
Oh God. So you enter the Weirwood Meadery, you see this more or less wall-to-wall bar, the liquor behind it, Doreen cleaning yet another pint glass, and it's a pretty empty establishment. There are a few groupings of people sitting by the windows. There's one little bit smaller person sitting at the bar, sipping on looks to be a light ale of some sort. And then the bartender's standing there, cleaning a glass. And what can I get for yourself?
If I were to order a bottle of Mithrin whiskey, where would be a fine place to sit?
Right this way. And she leads you towards this wrought iron door. Gives the handle a bit of a turn. You hear a soft click as it opens. You have some compatriots waiting.
Fantastic, thanks.
I at this point have I'm sitting in the crescent couch thing with my feet up, my dirty, muddy, wet boots on the seat, and
Okay.
my cane on the table, and I've got my hands behind my head, and I'm lounging.
It's not appropriate to keep your feet on the table.
Well, it's also not appropriate to tell who you're going to meet. Like, we don't know what we're really doing here, so I'm making a power move.
Hey boys,
So,
how are you doing today?
Do I recognize him?
is it my dad?
Give me a history
He
check.
left for Melbourne like years ago.
My dad.
Give me a history check.
My dad is.
8 plus 3. 11.
You do not recognize him. You recognize his race as being a wood elf.
Wood elf.
But besides that, you don't recognize who this wood elf is.
I greet him in Elvish, saying,
For those at home, what are you saying?
hello.
Those elves have a bad language.
He responds in Elvish. He's like, hey, I'm Abby, and just reaches out a big hand.
I go to shake your hand, and then my grip changes all of a sudden,
Yeah.
and I match it.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm not matching this, man.
This is too much.
You know, actually, at that point, I'll have kicked up off the seat, grab my cane, and I'm going to like grab it midway and like do like a good old like strut directly towards Abby, and with a sound like seemingly out of nowhere, which sounds like I step and say hello,
Hey.
and in Elvish I say Rex.
Abby, it's
Pleasure.
great to meet you.
Oh, Jesus Christ, get your hand.
Ow! I look right
What?
at you and I say, "You speak Elvish?"
Oh, did I not disclose that to you?
We have literally never talked in Elvish.
Well, you never talked to me in Elvish. You did not respond.
How is it possible that I've known you for 3 months and we've never talked in Elvish?
Well, you haven't talked to me in Draconic, so...
But I don't speak Draconic, so...
In Elvish, I say... I suppose that you're looking for a bottle of Mithril whiskey like us.
I suppose I am.
I love whiskey.
Have you?
I'm literally drinking it right now.
Have you ever?
And not in the game in real life.
Yeah.
A little bit of whiskey.
Have you?
Have I what?
Do
I
ever
what?
had whiskey in your life?
Yeah, yes, I've had whiskey in my life.
Oh no, you just look a little boyish.
I switched to common and say, "Excuse you, what do you do?"
Sorry.
So, what do you do? Suppose what my associate has or has not consumed? Who's to say that my associate has not consumed etheric dust off of the booty of a half elf hooker? Huh?
Doesn't that kill you if
half
you do that?
Absolutely, it would. All I'm
I think
saying-
it's okay.
All I am saying is that there are some things we should suppose and some things we should not.
Okay, for sure.
I just want to confirm though that I've never snorted etheric powder off the booty of a half-elf hooker before.
Sure, you haven't.
I really have not. You just said I looked fresh-faced.
Oh my god.
Anyways.
With that,
I'm gonna stand there. I'm gonna do this with my fingers.
so with that, you've just seen there, Sheldon. You have just seen this large wood elf get led to the same wrought iron door, let in, another close behind you. This time, Doreen notices you, a bit of a smile and a nod. So, what brings you to the meadery?
Just checking things out.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Never been before.
Oh, well, welcome. You should, well, you're here. We are famous for our mead. It is in the name, if you are so interested in a pint.
I'm more of an ale guy.
Hmm.
Thank you, though.
Let's see. Well, it just goes back to cleaning my glasses. With that, Emily, your character stumbles up to the Weirwood
I
Meadery.
don't stumble.
You don't stumble.
Holy.
Okay, so Isla opens the door, struts in like she belongs there, straight up to the bar, She's a pale, slender woman with green eyes, like glowing green eyes, and like long, like tumbling red hair. She's got like prominent cheekbones. And the weirdest thing about her is she walks into a bar in the mid-district in a fitted, long, shimmering green evening gown.
What?
And black go-go boots.
And what?
Black go-go boots.
Wait, what's a go-go boot? I'm so sorry.
It's a boot that makes it go.
You can go-go.
They're like
Go-go.
long boots, right?
Yeah, they're
I
like,
need,
yeah.
I need the mental image.
They're like 1960s, 70s.
Like Ariana
Good.
Grande?
I don't know
Yeah.
what are you going
Yeah.
Me either. I just know
No,
she wears
she
small
does.
boots.
She
Yeah.
totally does.
Okay, so-
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so she struts straight up to the bar, walks right up, looks at Doreen,
Mhm.
and says,
Well, what can I grab for yourself there, miss?
if I were to sit in Mithrin, if I needed a fine drink of whiskey in a... She looks at her hand. If I were to order a bottle of whiskey, where would I want to sit?
She motions for you to lean closer. Silence told me you'd be coming. Right this way.
Do I
Always
hear
talking
him
about
say silence?
Give me a perception check. There,
Fuck.
you little sneaky
Oh.
sneaker.
Little half
10.
rat.
10? You do.
You've got average hearing.
I've got below average hearing.
You hear the name Silence. So Doreen leads you to this wrought iron door. The handle a turn. Ushers you in.
Again, I walk in, and I see these people.
We're awkwardly standing like in a line like
I want to just say
Oh!
that just before. Can I say something just before
Yeah.
you walk in? I turn to Rex and I say, "Have you ever snorted ethereal powder
She walks in.
off the booty of a elvish hooker or something?"
Well, haven't we all? I'm so excited to meet you all. I go up and I give each of them a big hug, and while I do so, I attempt to steal something
Okay.
from their pockets.
Give me a sleight of hand check. We're gonna start with Abby.
Heck yeah.
Okay.
15.
15. What is your passive perception there, Abby?
13.
So you are able to nick. Abby, do you have anything on you that would be nickable?
10 buckshot.
So you're able
A
to
dragon.
nick 2 buckshot off this guy.
What is that?
That is bullets for a shotgun, so like
Cool.
shells for a shotgun.
Okay, got it. And then I go and I give Rex a big hug.
Okay.
And as you're you're walking towards, I do like a few steps and say, "Pleasure to meet you, miss," and I go for a hug as well.
Give me a sleight of hand check there, Isla.
20.
Yeah,
22.
22. So you get a small packet of an odd substance.
Okay.
Etheric dust off the booty of a half elf.
And then I go and I do the same thing with Ludi.
Okay. Sleight of hand check.
Before that happens, do I recognize her?
Give me a history check.
6 plus 3, 9.
You do not recognize her now.
Oh, I forgot to mention, but I think it's important. Around my neck, I'm wearing this long chain, and on it is a pocket watch. And it's made from this like bronzy material, and the metal on the outside is warped to like represent a night sky, and you can kind of see the clockwork working through that.
Cool. That's really cool.
Okay,
I
back
attempt
to
to
stealing
steal
from
that
Ludi.
off of her. I'm just kidding. I know.
Oh, this one might not do it. 13.
13. What is your passive perception? So it's 10 plus your perception score.
Oh. It's 13 to 13.
13 to 13?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I
Give me a perception check.
Me?
there, Ludi.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. 14 plus 3 is 17.
So as Isla comes in to give you a hug, you feel the sliding of something on your back. Feels like a hand going a little bit too low.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm sorry, you can't help a girl for copping a feel.
Whoa.
I didn't mean that.
Don't ever touch me.
I just thought
She
you.
tried to
No, I
touch
saw-
my
No,
butt.
I was trying. No. I was trying to pull your shirt down because I thought you were cold.
It's cropped.
I'm sorry. It's
But
not.
it's not cropped on purpose. It's
You grew out of
just
it.
that's the size of it.
I'm sorry. I thought you were cold.
I don't
was trying to
have
cover
any
you.
other clothes.
Okay, I didn't mean to. I'm
Miss
sorry.
Miss was just interested in you. It's clear that you're a gorgeous man, and was, if I'm not mistaken, interested.
Well, I'm taken, so just don't touch me again.
Why would you?
I want to figure this lady out. Why she would want to touch him?
Give me an insight check.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm like 17.
Speaking of which, that's my insight check. 17.
17.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Sorry.
yeah.
All right, a 17 for insight.
Yeah.
Give
Like, just why would she?
me a deception check.
12.
12. You get the sense that she was trying to nick something off of Luke.
I stay quiet.
Okay.
But then I say, actually, no, I don't.
I stay quiet, but then I say.
After Ludi was talking, I pipe up and say,
This is incredible. A team has been assembled.
Yeah.
We've got the brawn.
Good.
We've
Yep.
got the fingers, of course, the brains, and
Yeah.
the body. Am I right?
Looks.
So your fingers must have taken something from us. Could you give it back?
What?
What?
If not, if you did not take it, then certainly you would not mind showing what you possess, so we would know that you didn't take anything.
I don't have much. Where should we sit? I don't like this standing around thing.
Absolutely.
and I'm going to beckon towards the table, and using my cane to gesture, I will strut towards, and then place it down and scooch into like the top of the arch, so I'm like people can stack up around
Sounds
me.
good. Sounds good. Okay, so scooting in, and after this interaction between the four of you, Doreen returns to the bar, cleaning pint glasses, and after a few moments of silence, are you gonna join your friends?
Yes. I finish off the ale, and then I just follow. Did you say follow?
Well, she just
Beckons. Gotcha.
just beckons and heads over
Yeah.
there.
So I go over there. Is she with me?
She's with you.
Okay. I'll
Shut her.
Okay.
So I enter into the room.
Enter into the room. All right, she opens the door for you. You all hear a click as you guys are heading towards this table, and there click of the door closing again. And describe your character as you enter into this room.
So, you guys all look up, and then you look down, because I am 3'1", halfling man. I am wearing a very nice vest with a red dress shirt under it. I have a black tie. It's a black vest. My pants are black. It's very nice attire. I have neat black hair and a neat black mustache. And when you look into my eyes, you see that my left eye is a deep, vibrant blue, and my right eye is a bright teal.
Oh.
Hanging on my neck is a necklace on this simple string. It's a gemstone that kind of shares the qualities of my eyes. You can't really tell if it's blue or teal. It kind of seems to switch and flicker. Not so much that you would stare at it and you would see it switching, but you just assume it's one or the other
Okay.
every time you look at it. On my back is a little neat, stylish satchel, I'll say.
Fanny pack.
Like a fanny pack, yeah. Actually, yeah, but more like something a businessman would wear. Not that a businessman would wear a satchel or a fanny pack. But if he would, it would be this one. I hold kind of a strict demeanor on my face, and I enter the room. Hello, all. And then I move to one of the seats and climb up onto it. And sit down.
Hey, I'm Abby.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
My name is Jade.
Oh, nice to
that's
meet you,
pretty.
Jade.
Thank you.
If you would.
Was that's Rex.
And I'm Ludi.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's. Wait, what was your name?
You can call me whatever you want to, darling.
Thief.
That's weird. What's your name?
You can call me whatever you want to.
Okay, you can call me whatever you want to.
That is so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right,
Oh,
lady.
cute, cute.
Well, I'm really curious if Dungeon Master, do I recognize this short fellow?
Give me a history check.
Scanning your nice clothes, eyeing you up.
I'm looking right back at you.
I'm not looking at your eyes.
I'm still looking
at
at
everything.
my hole.
Your whole everything.
The whole English group.
There's no holes in my shirt.
Perception, 12 plus 3, 15!
15.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is history.
Oh.
History check.
A history check.
That's still a 15!
Wow.
Sorry.
Nice go.
I am your dad.
Taking a look. You do not recognize this halfling man.
I don't?
You do not.
Jade.
Yes, Ludi.
No, I was just making sure I got your name right.
Jade.
Yes, Rex.
Abby.
Yeah. What's
And
up?
I am Rex, your Ludi, and of course we have.
You can call me whatever you want.
Well, then let's come up with a name.
You
Lady.
can
Lady.
Lady Thief.
be whatever you-
Well,
I'm not a thief.
maybe
Are you?
No.
like Thea, because Thea kind of sounds like thief.
It's okay, thanks.
Why are you calling her a thief?
Well,
Because she tried to steal something from me.
you aren't here just
Mm.
yet. It
No.
must have been moments before you arrived.
I make no claims to ever having stolen from anyone.
What do-
Most thieves don't
You
make
are-
any claims to having stolen from anyone.
Well, I
so-
make no claims to having stolen from anybody in this room.
But do you make defenses at my accusations towards you, at saying that you
Yeah,
stole
I
from
don't
me?
like accusations towards me.
But that is a retort. How about the defense? Have you stolen from me?
Rex,
No! Sorry, I'm not going to raise my voice at you. You know how I get sometimes.
I try to see if I can speak to silence in my head using my telepathy.
what does it look like when you do that?
Nothing.
Oh.
It's like this.
Don't go.
Trying to ping silence, you don't get any ping.
I no, I shouldn't do that.
If you?
I pinged Doreen.
Okay, so you speak. What are you saying to her?
Just wondering if you know when silence is getting here because they're getting a little rowdy. Oh, this is the girl that you let into the room. Sorry for intruding into your head.
Okay.
She gets me back to
You hear the door behind you. Doreen peeks in. Is
I think we're all dead silent.
he'll be with you in a moment. And heads back out.
Wait. I want to I'm just seemingly getting no footing on anywhere with accusations. I'll search my belongings to see what might be
Okay, give me a
missing.
perception check.
My perception check.
Mhm.
I figure I know like what I have. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. 19.
You are missing a dose of lax.
What's wrong, Rex? What? Rex.
My last dose.
What's those what?
So where did you come from?
Seems
hey,
like something's going on with you.
Miss. Miss, I'm just wondering. I'm not wondering anything. I wanted to let you know that if you took a dose of lax from him, you better give it back. You know, there's a lot of shit you can steal, but that's not cool. Not drugs, man.
Okay. What else do you have on you?
But that's not stealing if you just ask, like, what you have, and then expect them to give it to
I'm
you.
not stealing. I don't steal from anybody.
But you took my list.
I'm not fucking kidding you, lady.
Ow.
You really gotta give it back.
Borrowed it.
Oh, you're needing. You're needing. Because other people in this city
At
are
least
needing.
just pay for it.
What? I'm not paying for it. I'm not even taking it. I just wanted to look at it, and I just wanted to look at what you had, and I just wanted to see what you guys had because I wanted to know who you were.
How much do we sell that for again?
Do you want to buy it?
You either give it back or you cough up the money.
How much money?
How much do you have? Not enough.
We're not gonna take it all unless you got like 3 copper, so just tell us how much you got.
What?
Wait, copper? What's the lowest form? What's the lowest form of...
Copper is the lowest.
Yeah, unless you got like nothing, we're not gonna take everything you have. So just tell us how much money you have and we'll pick a fair price. That's what we do. We pick fair prices for people.
I actually know a lot about selling stuff, and you don't pick a price when you meet a person.
Well, that's what you do in the drug trade, so how much you got?
Well, tell me what it is.
It's lax.
Ludi, allow me.
Okay, sorry, Max. Just...
Have you ever gone to sleep and had a dream so sweet you wish you would never wake up?
No, I don't sleep.
Oh, how unfortunate. Well, lax can make you sleep. And it will make you sleep for a long time. But the sleep that you have, better than any you've ever had.
Why don't you sleep?
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's I didn't listen to any of that. Max, she just said she didn't sleep.
Oh, so
Yeah.
many people don't sleep.
Yeah, I don't sleep.
I didn't sleep for like
You
one
don't sleep?
whole year.
What?
But do you rest?
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
I just like
Yes, like elves do.
I just
You
rest.
don't.
Yeah,
Do
I
you
rest.
like to meditate. Yeah.
No.
You know, you speak
Are you-
Elvish.
are you-
I also,
Yeah, I know
by the way,
you-
I'm sorry, I
I
forgot to
like
mention,
elves.
but I do have little elvish ears.
Oh.
Oh, okay. I don't say any
Okay.
of that then.
Oh yes, I take it all back. If you appear to
That
look like
didn't
an
happen! Don't force me into a situation!
Some serious retconning.
Sorry, viewers.
We're just gonna recap back to the beginning. That was pretty fucked up.
I'm just gonna like reset the stream here.
All right, new world, new character.
Or did we say 7:30?
My name's John!
I'm at 8:30.
So if you are partial to resting, you can keep the dose.
Thank you. And I go sit down at the table.
For a price.
She will pay.
Guys, is now the time? I'm just saying we're just in a room waiting for a guy to show up, and you guys are gonna sell
And you
drugs
hear,
right now.
Well, we weren't talking.
What
We
the
were.
fuck,
That wasn't our.
buddy?
That wasn't our plan to sell drugs right now. We're just. She stole them,
Well,
and
I
we
see
want our
them
money
each other.
back.
Silence!
And standing at the door is Silence. Just to give him a bit of a description once again for you guys. He is a tall, slender human, cloaked in a heavy leather trench coat and a thick hood that obscures most of his face, aside from a gas mask-like mouthpiece. Underneath his coat, fine clothes are barely visible, and he wears a sleek pair of dress shoes that quietly click as he walks. Well, I see you've all been acquainted.
Yep.
Can I talk to you for a second? I don't know if you chose the right people for the job. They're not very nice.
I chose the people I need.
They're not very nice.
Well, it would be a shame that you all ask for alcohol and receive nothing, and sort of reaches behind him and pulls out a rather, I guess not elaborate's not the word. Fancy. I want a better word than fancy. We're gonna use fancy. Fancy bottle of whiskey, and pops it down on the table. And in his other hand, he has a small stack of glass shot glasses that he then passes out into a bit of a semicircle around this bottle of whiskey.
Does he do it in one motion, like a and like?
He does it in sort of like a
Perfect semicircle.
That's fucking dope.
It's a pretty smooth little motion there. The last one falls off the table.
Oh, I'm
So it has this, like,
silence. Can I try and catch it?
Sure, give me a acrobatics check.
With advantage?
No.
17! Wait! 17.
17.
Yeah.
So you are able to this. You watch as this one shot glass tips off the table, and you're able to catch it just right before it hits the floor.
Wow.
Oh, good catch.
I'm sitting at the end of the table.
Well, you hired me for
He
a
reaches.
reason,
He
didn't
reaches
you?
over you.
Thank you, and I grab it from your hand. And
No,
put it-
I caught that one. That's gonna be mine, obviously.
Well, I'm sitting here. Okay, take it. I don't
Oh,
care.
it's fine. I did move on. Do I recognize silence?
Do you recognize Silence? You
Oh
do.
no, we met him in the flesh. We just
You guys have met him in
we
the
met
flesh.
before.
You
I
two
just
have met him in the
forgot,
flesh
yeah.
before.
But did I recognize him then?
Give me a history check.
The whole quarter of this whole campaign is going to be, did I meet this person?
Is Louis rolling history checks?
13.
13? No, you do not recognize him.
All right.
So, Silence sets this liquor down for you all. Well, please, enjoy.
Do you have any cinnamon hearts?
I can't say that I do, no.
Okay.
Very
Thank you.
Yeah. How's your first sip of whiskey ever treating you there?
This is some, well, very fine whiskey named after a pre-fall city, Mithrir. A fantastical place. Brewery has been made there now on the Broken Coast that produces the Mithrin whiskey. It's the only place in the world you can get something like it.
No kidding.
Well,
Very nice. Thank you.
I'm glad to hear it.
Silence, if I may. We obviously had a bit of a discussion earlier, and you invite us to this place.
Yes.
Whenever I've taken an invitation into somebody's residence or, locale, I expect to be safe. I do not feel safe here.
She stole from each of us, except for me because I caught her. But she stole from those two. Namely some lax from Rex.
Isla, these are people you're going to be working with.
Well, she's on our team. Yeah.
Sorry, what'd you call her?
Isla?
Isla?
Yes, that's
She told us
that's her name.
Her
she
name.
told us to call her whatever we wanted.
Isla?
Isla.
How do I write it?
I-S-L-A.
Nice to meet you, Isla.
Isla. Pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Abby.
Oh, I took things from you.
Oh, thanks.
So you get your $2 shot back.
Lex, Miracle Lex.
I might hold on to yours for a little while longer. Isla.
I will take the Lex now.
Isla.
He's not very nice.
I've been nothing but cooperative. And as you reach maybe what you haven't seen yet, it's actually it just looks like an inhaler. And then on the top, there's like this clear tube, and it's filled with like heroin-looking powder.
Powder?
Okay.
Oh
Whoa.
my god.
Is it all there?
Everything.
Isla, we only weren't nice because we thought that because we realized you'd stolen from us.
Yeah.
You know, under different circumstances, it would have been a far better introduction. So,
Well,
let's just clear the slate, and I'm Ludi, and it's really nice to meet you. And if you did think I was attractive, then I take that as a compliment. So,
I was just trying to take stuff from you.
you were.
But you're very pretty.
I prefer handsome, but that's still really nice of you to say.
You're pretty handsome.
I like you. Nice to meet you, Isla.
Are you sitting next to me?
Yeah.
I'm sitting over here, so I'd reach this way, but nice to meet you.
Well, now that we're all a little bit better acquainted.
Yeah.
shall we go over the job? Please. Once more.
Please.
A little bit of finer details for all of you. As I'm sure you've already noticed, and as, well, Isla so eloquently put it, none of you are necessarily the most outstanding citizens of New Eden.
He looks outstanding to me.
He looks pretty outstanding to me.
Oh, you're a kid.
But
Yeah.
I do not need outstanding citizens to get this job done. Each of you has a role to fill within this that will make it much easier to perform. So, once again, you will all be infiltrating the archive of Alexander Caldwell, a high district noble who has, well, self-proclaimed himself as a collector of the odd and fascinating. He has recently purchased an artifact from the estate sale of Edwin Donovan, another high district collector who passed away a number of months ago, mysteriously. This item is a, well, easily put, is a dark stone, jagged, of the size of, well, this. It is covered in small deposits of aethyrus, and from what I've been told by those at the auction of this item, it's a bit unnerving to look at.
Unnerving?
Yes.
What do you mean?
It's like it gives you the yips or...
The
No.
yips?
Yeah, the yips.
The heebie-jeebies.
Yeah,
The queasies.
yeah.
Bit of a heebie-jeebie rock.
Queasies.
Anyhow, this item is located within Alexander Caldwell's private archive, which few have entered. Alexander likes to bring out his items for viewing versus having people come into his archive. And as such, it has been hard to nail down exactly where in his estate this archive rests. Most signs point to some sort of access from his main chambers on the 4th floor of the estate. Once you enter them, you are to...
I'm sorry, Silas, but I thought you said that this was Millicent's, like, gala or something. The
I'm
last time that we spoke.
getting there.
Oh, this isn't like an event. Sorry. I thought you were saying that this was like an event where he was pulling out some of his treasured things or something. I just got confused, okay?
Sounds is really smart, so he'll probably cover it if you let him.
Sorry. I got confused.
You were saying that the one known entrance to the archives is on the 4th floor?
One known entrance to the archive is on the 4th floor. Once you acquire this item, you will return back here to the Weirwood Meadery, and upon retrieval of the item, you will each receive your pay, as previously discussed, of 250 gold.
Each.
There is an additional 75 gold at stake for each of you, if you are able to do this without raising suspicion. If you are able to do so without, well, the overseers becoming involved, Alexander knowing he's been robbed or anything of the like, a total of 325 gold for each of you.
Not bad.
So we're not expecting this aethyrus crystal-covered jagged rock to be on display.
No,
Right.
it will be
It
hidden
will be in
within
the
his vault.
archive. Okay.
The time that I have decided that is the simplest to retrieve this is in 3 days' time, on the 20th of the month of Seeds. Alexander's niece, Millicent Caldwell, will be holding a gala to celebrate her coming of age. There is a large number of people in attendance that will be in attendance at this gala, and luckily, my employer has gotten invites for each and every one of you to this gala.
Invites as.
Well, and he pulls out a small series of little leaflets from within his coat and slides each of them across the table to each of you.
Thank you, Ludi.
Ludi, you will be, I guess, playing the part of Leo Lavellian.
Leo.
Yes, a sculptor of the High District who's recently, well, skyrocketing through the arts. Rex, you will be referred to as Vladimir Volstock. You are a arms dealer based out of the West Cliffs who has stopped by in New Eden for a bit of a stay at, well,
Who's to
the
say?
more mysterious you can keep it, the better for our purposes.
Roger.
Abby,
Yeah.
you will be Arnold Avos. You're the owner of a freight company, does a lot of trade with the East. You have a somewhat solid connection with the Tyrian Order and the Conglomerate. Jade, you'll be known as Calvin Kren, a businessman from the West Cliffs, looking to invest your large amounts of gold in an industry or two. And Isla, well, you'll be going as yourself, as Isla Isilden.
I should probably write that one down for her.
A courtier from the Veiled Isles.
And what's a courtier?
A member of the court. Someone of high esteem.
Okay. Do I have a job?
Be social. Be rich. More or less the job of many nobles. With each of these identities, you have each been given a invite to this gala. Physical copies were not handed out, as they were more taken down by Alexander Caldwell himself and given to his personal steward. You will find your names in the guest book when you arrive at the gala on the 20th.
Sorry, can you just... So, is there any more information about these aliases that you can give us? Like, are we like impersonating people that actually exist?
These people are merely a creation of my employer, and
Your
unfortunately...
employer?
Well, Ludi, let's
Yes.
not press matters.
Okay, sorry, Rex. I just want to have all our ducks in a row.
I don't have any ducks.
And it's an expression, Isla, and it just means like making sure you're aware of all the facts.
Due to the short period of time we've had to conduct this heist, there isn't much information about each of your aliases. And as such, it's imperative to be careful in the High District. High District nobles are a nosy bunch, and like to get to know people on a deep level. The more that you can impress them with tales of your own, the better. But may just be easiest to avoid prolonged conversation. These invites are more to simply allow you access to the gala and not to turn you into socialites.
Okay, so I still just don't understand though. Like, will anybody at the gala ever have heard of Leo Lavellian before, or
He's
It's
not
a made-up
real.
character.
Who would have heard of him?
but why was he invited?
You tell me?
So you're giving us artistic liberty.
In a way, yes.
Hmm.
Whatever happens to these names after the party is not a concern of my employer.
And
Okay.
and you said that the item was most likely on the 4th floor?
Yes.
Yes.
Getting
Shouldn't
from
be
the
too
gala,
hard.
which will be on the 1st floor, to the 4th floor is then, well, another difficult issue. You'll each need to find a way of slipping away from the party, making your way through the house itself.
So, sorry to bring it all back to the semantics, but what about costumes? Do you have any...
You're a very impatient man,
We have
Ludi.
no money to buy costumes.
Tomorrow, at 2 p.m., each of you are meeting with Antonio and Patrice at the Armoire in the High District to receive attire.
Tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm
Tomorrow.
assuming that
At the arm.
I don't need to go.
We picked out some more current clothes for yourself.
Okay.
What's their name again? Sorry.
Antonio and Patrice.
Okay. Antonio and Patrice at the Armoire
In the High District tomorrow afternoon at 2 p.m. In the meantime, between now and your fitting, you'll need to make your way as discreetly as possible into the High District itself, where I have lined up accommodations for the next handful of nights between now and the 20th at the Baron and Bernard Tap House. You will all be staying in room O11.
Together.
Yes. The rooms in the Baron and Bernard are quite spacious, you will find. In addition, it is important that you arrive to the Caldwell residence on time. The gala will be starting at 8:30 p.m. sharp on the evening of the 20th. Any large delay in your arrival time, whether too early or too late, may bring unwanted attention to our fine group of non-existent nobles. With that, there's a handful of other things you can do between now and the 20th, before this heist of ours is to take place. These tasks may aid you inside, but not entirely necessary. Simply things my employer thought to suggest, if you so think it important. If you choose to meet with one of the, mid-district's gangs, either Fontaine's boys or Booker's gang, you may be able to strike a deal involving a distraction at this gala. Both of these gangs have a select few nobles wrapped around their finger, and this could prove useful in regards to an ally on the inside.
Which two?
Either Fontaine's boys or Booker's gang.
Okay.
Both have a number of nobles around their finger. In addition, at the Baron and Bernard Tap House, where you'll all be staying, I have a contact who is quite adept at acquiring information. He is a half-elf by the name of Balthazar Finch. A rather, eccentric fellow. He may be able to help you in acquiring a copy of the Caldwell Residence's blueprints, which may be helpful if the, not so much delve as I guess climb up the residence proves difficult.
And where do we find him?
He will be in the Baron and Bernard Tap House.
Oh.
He is a useful contact, but one who quite likes a drink.
Okay.
Finally, entering the gala armed is strictly prohibited. And if you wish to bring arms into this gala for whatever reason,
Most certainly
Yes,
that
yes.
silence is employing weaponry. Are you familiar? Do you know?
Want to find out?
Oh, I most certainly would. Oh, don't want to fight you by any means. Does it look like you could kick my ass? Not Ludy's, but mine, no doubt. Look at me.
Sorry, where can we meet the half-elf Balthazar Finch?
In the tap house.
You got it?
Baron and Bernard.
In a moment.
Oh, he's there at the Baron and Bernard where we're staying, at room 011.
He's not in our room. He's in the bar drinking.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
If you wish to bring weapons into Caldwell residence, you'll need to get in contact with Beatrice Belstop. She is a district noble who has a smattering of dirty butlers and maids employed under her, and could arrange to have things smuggled into the party for you.
But I can't have it on me?
No.
What if I'm really good at hiding?
Well, there is a risk involved in that, but the steward will be asking for weapons and be doing, well, in addition to the Caldwell's personal security force, they will be searching people for armaments to be safe. Disagreements can get interesting in the High District.
I hate to pry, but have any of you not been to the High District? I know some people have not. So it's good to know the decorum that you must uphold there.
Yeah. What's up? What's up there?
You've never been?
No.
Well, yeah, I by no means am a regular, but
Yeah.
I've been. It's just, well, silence could probably expand on what I'm about to say, but everybody has a royally large stick up their ass.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Put quite eloquently.
Yeah.
thank you very much.
They have a lot of money.
Sounds great.
And they buy you stuff with it.
Okay.
Yeah, that
Great.
has never happened for me. It is not
Yeah,
going to
wait,
happen
what?
for you.
Okay.
They buy stuff from you
No.
with it.
From us. Well, I don't have anything to sell. We're supposed to.
You might not have very much fun there.
Okay.
You can take stuff from people. Their
Uh,
pockets are always full.
I'm not good at that, but
Should
thanks
we
for
leave
the.
He has an important
Probably
role to
should.
play.
I think I can imagine what your role might be.
Yeah, it doesn't look like any of you guys could lift anything. No offense.
None taken.
Yeah.
No, I've
Some
never.
taken.
Sorry. Yeah.
I could lift twice as much as you.
Yeah, you probably could. Look very strong.
But what I am failing to understand is what role you might play, Jade.
Look at him. He fits right in. Fancy.
Yes, he sure will fit in
Looks
many
great.
places, small
Yeah.
or otherwise.
I don't see the issue.
I see.
Have you been before?
Yes,
See, he knows what it's all about.
The High District?
of course.
Do you like it there?
No,
Meaning,
I don't like it here.
Fair.
this city?
Where
Yeah.
do you like it?
Haven't found the place.
Understood. Well, hopefully the Baron and Bernard is the place to be at.
Continuing, it is important to note with all of these additional tasks that they're likely to ask for something in return. It is important that if they do, you try your best to uphold some form of honor in your arrangement. My own relationship with these people does hang in the balance with how you treat them.
You're talking about either of the criminal organizations or Balthazar.
Yes, or Beatrice as well. She has some interesting ways in ruining people in the district.
Understood.
With that, we could be needing this, and pulls out from his back pocket a roll of paper that he unravels onto the table, and you see it is a pretty rough but good enough map of the High District. And marked on it with small stars are a series of different locations, each one named. There's a Caldwell's Mansion that has been marked on the eastern side of the High District. Beatrice Bellstop's home in the sort of like lower part of the High District, the more northern portion. The Baron and Bernard Tap House near the center of the district. The Armoire to the west. And then there is also just off of the High District, Shadaboy. Just off of the High District into the Mid District, there's another spot marked with two names attached to this one, which is the Rail / the Black Emporium. It may be useful to find your way to the Black Emporium. I'm sure we have some people here who know the way. Be a useful way to, well, enter the High District without anyone being the wiser.
Well, silence, I must say, on behalf of all of us, thank you for the opportunity at this game.
And I must say, on behalf of all of us, maybe we could have an allowance.
Yes, compensation, danger pay, potentially half now, half later.
In case we need to get anything.
Yeah.
Your persuasion check with advantage.
Yeah. Wait, is that for you? Me?
For you.
Okay. 19.
Okay.
I'm not smiling.
I see that could be useful.
Money matters.
Let's see. And fumbles about in pockets, and you hear a bit of jangling, and pulls off a small pouch and pops it onto the table. That is 150 gold.
I can hold on to it.
I don't know. I'm gonna put my cane on it.
Okay.
I bet we can probably split that 5 ways. Can we not?
But you do the math.
We cannot. At least nicely. However, I lift my cane. If you can't do the math, maybe our businessman could. You look the part.
What was it? Sorry, I was trying to
It's
find
a bag of money.
anyone can count, but I'll do it. Sure. I take the pouch and I stand up on my chair and lean over, and I just start to distribute it.
Okay. Okay.
Like I just do it like a like
So
cards.
it's just like this like tinking of gold coins as they're being thrown in a little semicircle around the
like
table.
little piles, basically.
Cool.
1, 2, 3.
While our friend Jade distributes the money.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Is there anything else you would like to ask?
Are you coming?
Unfortunately, my employer has me employed elsewhere, but I will be here most days between now and 23rd, assuming that there's a possibility of delay on the return. Be here most days from about 12 until 3 p.m. So, should you need to return, get more information, ask questions, there will be times of the day that I will be here.
This goes to everybody. I just missed it. Is there a specific check-in time for the Bernard? Or do we go whenever we want?
No check-in time, but there is check-out.
A day, even.
Well, tomorrow we have to meet at the Armoire for our costume fittings at 2 p.m. So
certainly.
You will no
Probably
longer
right
have
after
the room at the Baron and Bernard as of the 21st.
So, if we finish the job early, we can sleep there after the raid.
Oh, but we have the room now.
Yes.
Understood. Thank you.
We could even go tonight if we wanted.
Well, that brings me to some concerns of ours.
I speak just in Silent's head. Are you sure? Cause I trust whatever you think, but are you sure? Are you sure you don't want to come?
Well, any other questions?
And 5. There we go.
Oh, thanks.
Not particularly. Little things like what happens if one of us dies? Do we ditch the body or do we care about the other? You know what I mean? Things like that. Contingency plans. If things go wrong, would you prefer if we cut and run, never say your name again? But I'm sure these are things that, hardened criminals like ourselves would know the answers to.
Contingency plan is, well, as it is for most things like this, if something should happen to one of you, do the best to preserve yourself.
Can do.
I'm just wondering if there's maybe never mind. Never mind. Sorry. Nothing. No, forget I said anything.
Are you okay, Ludi?
Yeah, I'm fine, Rex.
Checking in.
No, I'm.
You said that you would like it if I check in more, so I check in now.
Yeah, I don't mind talking about
Yeah.
that, but still, it's not. Now's not the time.
Did that whiskey hit you pretty hard, or?
I'm fine.
I'm
No more questions, Silence.
I am. Well, if that's the case. Silence pushes himself up out of his chair and heads towards the door, where there's a small bound bag that he's leaned up against the wall and collects it, brings it back over to the table and leans it up against Isla's chair. For you, darling.
Thank you.
Well, happy hunting.
And have a good week.
Silence. Can we have a private word?
I wouldn't mind going out for a smoke.
Yeah, me too. Let's go.
Do you have a smoke?
No, I'm sorry.
Do you have a
Maybe we
smoke?
can-
No.
Do you have one?
Do you have a smoke?
Oh, I'm not going.
Silence, do you have one?
Holy shit, don't tell me no one has a smoke here.
Silence searches his pockets. Does not have a smoke.
Unfortunately.
Okay, do you want to go buy some while they have their private word?
By no means will we be buying anything, but maybe somebody in the bar would be so kind as to buy.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm going to kind of do the awkward being in the middle of all the seats
Can you see if anyone in the bar has cinnamon hearts too?
Absolutely. You would like
Sure.
some cinnamon hearts?
Yeah.
For you, I will do it. And after you, Abby?
Yeah, on my way.
I'll scooch out and I'll
Yeah.
follow Abby.
I leave.
Okay.
And I kind of look back at Isla and Jade to see if they're following us.
Oh, and I will look back.
I hop off. I follow.
Hop
Yeah.
off. And you're staying there, Isla?
Yeah.
And then I'll put a hand on the doorway and say, Ludi, I'll be right outside in the bar, and if not, outside of the bar. No further.
I know.
You got it.
Isla?
I pick up my present. Thank you. Don't die. Okay, bye.
All right. Now, Brayden, is this something you don't want players to hear, or is this something you're okay with players hearing? Would you like people to leave?
I don't think I need people to
Okay.
leave. No. No.
I'm going to kill everybody. The plan is successful.
Well,
I don't know how to say this exactly, but just wondering if there's anyone, if you have a a guest list to the party that I could have?
I don't, unfortunately. The steward of the Caldwells would, if it is something you are interested in acquiring.
Do you not know why I might be interested in acquiring it?
Well, I take it there. Maybe something you had a poor drug deal with.
Yeah.
I'm sure with your new attire they will not recognize you at all.
So the disguises are good then.
Good enough to change a mid-district drug dealer into a high-district sculptor.
Is there any sort of facial transformation involved in the disguises? It's
No.
just clothing.
Yes.
Just clothing.
If you are so worried to enter the high district, I'm sure your compatriot could go alone and take your cut on a success.
You know I can't let him go alone. Well, I suppose I don't know if you know that, but I can't let him go alone. He means a lot to me. I'm not gonna let him go into that shithole by himself. Okay. Well, if you get a guest list, you send it our way, okay?
All right.
You promise?
I have no way of acquiring a guest list, but
The steward, you said, will have one?
should.
Is there a way I can acquire a guest list from the steward ahead of time, then?
You could attempt to break into on the Caldwell estate, the steward has his own sort of guest house. You could attempt to break into there and acquire the guest list.
Okay. I want to know who you are, Silence.
Don't we all?
Thanks for the job.
Bring me the
You got it. I leave.
Okay.
I walk up to you, Rex.
Hi.
And I look at you.
I'm not looking at you yet because I'm currently at a table with like my arms like this, with my kind of like my butt sticking out, not like as if I'm trying to allure.
We're not booty popping.
But Lodi's seeing the booty, to say the least.
Lodi's seeing the booty.
And to any and every person in the bar, I'm with my voice loud enough, saying, "Oh my good God! If only I had the fire breath. That way I could feel a little bit of smoke in my lungs. I don't suppose you have a cigarette I could borrow."
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay. Ding 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 ding. That's 15.
Okay. So calling out, you hear a very gruff voice behind you. Yeah. Cigarettes.
What do they look like?
It is a small halfling woman.
Is it Margot?
It's fucking Margot again. Dressed in some pretty tattered clothes. She has 2 empty pint glasses in front of her. I got smoke.
I'm going to uproot myself and pick my cane up, and I'm gonna do like a slide before I start walking, and I'm gonna set my cane down with a hand on it. I'm just gonna use my one finger to roll the cane forward and then back and say, "Well, there is many things in this world that I would give for a cigarette right now.
Like?
I don't know. Companionship. I could be your friend."
I could use a friend.
It looks like you could.
What?
For smoke.
That's cool. And my friend Abby, who I'm, who's also my partner, also would like a smoke. I don't know. Hey, Jade!
I'm standing by the door.
Jade, do you? No, you. Thief. One for her, and
Don't see. Ah! Loading.
No.
That's just 3 then.
Oh, 3 friends.
Would you like to come?
Oh no. What have we done?
I'm gonna take one hand and grab this.
She hops off of her chair and biffs it. Biffs it onto the floor and gets angry.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Is she?
I'm okay.
Yo.
I'm okay.
I'm going to actually, you know what? I'm gonna instead just like hold my cane out for her to grab. But like she can grab kind of close to my hand. You
She
know what I mean?
grabs onto the cane and is gonna start trying to move with it.
Oh, I see, like that. Yeah, okay.
She rolled a. So she's holding onto this cane, and you're sort of giving this drunk, middle-aged halfling a hand, and she just like slips this thing out of your hand. There's just this like ungodly little burst of strength from this woman, and she and just starts staggering her way towards the door.
Oh.
Come with me, friends.
Alright,
Is she
friends.
okay? Do we need to get her?
There's a stick. The stick's about like 2 inches taller than the top of her head.
It looks like she stabilized herself.
Okay, yeah.
I don't mind. And as she has now gripped it and my hands aren't clutching it, you see there's like this really immaculately crafted metal, like silver, just dragon head, like for the top of the cane. But it's not just the head. There's like a neck and like comes out kind of like that, and then the head is at the top. My hands have just been covering it this time.
Cool.
But I'll follow.
Okay. So she begins to head towards the door, and watching this, do you all follow this?
I'm by
half-woman?
the door. I'm by the door.
By the
When I see
door?
them walking towards it, I'll just leave and stand outside.
Okay. Everyone else follows this woman?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I follow Rex.
So watching the parade following this halfling woman walking with this dragonborn's walking stick out of the bar, Doreen cleaning glasses. Have fun with your friends, Farah. This halfling, Farah looks back.
Farah.
We're friends.
And
And heads outside. So, exiting the Weirwood Meadery, the light drizzle of rain that has been going on for the majority of the day is still going. The water is running down the streets and entering a number of the sewer inlets, I guess that is, across the street. And she leans herself up against the brick exterior of this building, and it's fumbling through her coat.
I'm gonna go down into like a low, like Slavic squat, so that I'm on eye level
Heels to the ground.
with Rex, and just like my butt's pretty close, but for sure like the drapes of my coat are like in the murky sort of touching the ground. Yeah, but just be down that level.
I'm also good squat.
You're Papa Squat.
I don't look at me. I'm 3 feet tall.
That's why I'm looking at you.
And she pulls out a very tattered and worn little carton of cigarettes. Appears to be in like this like brown, almost like leather case that has
cool.
been looks like something that she has put cigarettes in versus something that they would come in. It is heavily worn, and you can see along the edges like the tobacco stains on this pouch. But she fumbles for this thing and pulls it out, flips it open. I've got 3.
Perfect. One for each of us.
Oh, I know.
You
I don't need one.
You didn't.
We're good. We're
You-
good.
Yeah.
I don't need one.
One for each of us.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Did you?
It gives the one.
Thank you. I put it in my boot.
I suppose one for both of us. Ludi, you sure?
I'll have a puff
You
or
can have
2
it.
afterwards. Yeah.
Anybody have a light? Again. Black Dragon don't breathe fire.
And you breathe fire in another way.
That's very nice.
nice.
And she pulls out this little contraption, this small square piece of metal with what looks to have this like brassy button on the top, and she takes it and presses the button, and you see this little spark pop off the top of this this object.
Never ceases to amaze, huh, Farah?
Yeah.
And gets it to light, and there's a small little flame flickering. This kind of hand lighter that she has is almost more like a hand little blowtorch. So instead of it being like a flickering flame, it's more like a little like directional flame on this thing. And she puts it close towards her cigarette. She lights it about halfway down the cigarette, and then
I'm going to take it
rings
from
the
her.
light. Okay.
Thank you very much. Oh, careful now. Use that cane that you leaned up against the wall. Ooh. And I'm going to
I'll take some.
light it for myself and hand it back. I have found usually the best way to get to know a group of people is over something that you are sharing, much like the drink. Only assumed maybe we don't share a little bit about ourselves. Because I don't do business with people I don't know. That's why I do business with Ludi.
We know each other.
Makes things easy. So
when we learn a little bit about each other, what do you guys say?
Farah!
Farah! What? Do you... Hey, sorry, Farah. Do you need, like, a ride or something? Do you have a way home?
Are you
'Cause
alright? Like, we can totally help out.
We can, like, pay for, like, a taxi if you need.
A taxi?
There's taxis in the world building. Are there taxis in New York?
There's
like hireable
there's
carriages?
these like carriages. There's these
tramway?
the tram lines
Oh
that
yeah.
can be used.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
Do
is
you
there
need,
just like
a
a big one that goes like from the bottom of a district to the top of a district kind of
There's ones that span like the width of a district, and there's some that go from the various like entrances. Like there'd be one that goes from one of the high district entrances to a mid district, mid district to low district entrance.
Oh.
So it's mostly along like the larger routes through the city. There are these tram lines which run above the streets. It's like these about like 50 or 60 feet above the street itself. There's just these tram lines, and there's these carriages that zip across the tram lines.
Do you need like a ticket for the tram or something?
I think it's better not to meddle in someone else's business.
I live close.
I'm sure you do.
I'm just trying to make sure.
Look at her. She's done this before.
She looked.
I'm sure she does this every day.
You're pretty.
Thank you, so are you.
And she gives this big grin of these blackened and discolored teeth. There's a lot of joy on this very drunk, very out of it halfling's face.
So, we're all here, right? 1, 2,
5.
Yeah.
So what's our plan? We're gonna go meet in the Armoire at 2 p.m. tomorrow. Do we want to head there? Hang on. Do we want to head there right now, or do we head there tomorrow?
You hang on. Farah needs to know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Barry, can you go inside? Can you go inside? We got something to talk about.
No.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for this wonderful cigarette.
And for the friendship. We'll think about it in all of our years to come.
Yeah, whenever we're sad, we'll think about it. But
Just
can you
go
go
away.
inside now? We've got some shit to talk about.
Give me a persuasion check.
Nat 20!
Years to go.
With the +3, so 23.
She nods and stumbles the couple steps back towards the door, and as she turns the corner into like the small little alcove that leads right up to the door, you hear this thump,
Oh no.
and then there's.
She's not going to remember anything.
Okay. Yeah.
So, what do we want to do? Do we want to meet at the? Do we want to just meet all in the High District tomorrow at the Armoire at our costume fitting, or do we want to get there together?
I think we should probably go together. But
Well, Rex and I got contacts at the Black Emporium, so we could probably get us all into the High District in one fell swoop.
Yeah,
It's true.
Sounds best.
Great.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do normal people get into the High District?
If they go through the gates,
Yeah. Why can't we just
Why
go
can't
through
we
the
go
gates?
through the
you
gate?
can't
'Cause
go
we're
through
not
the gates
normal
of your middle district.
Well, we could be when we have our costumes.
But our costumes we're acquiring from an armoire in the High District.
My bad.
So it's not like we're gonna get.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Got it.
So let's go to the Black.
The Black Emporium.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Black Emporium.
Have you not ever heard of the Black Emporium?
Have you not ever heard of the Cloud9?
I actually have not.
Of the Cloud9? What are you talking about? Rex, have you ever heard of the Cloud9? No, nobody's ever heard of the Cloud9.
Never.
Well, that's not true. Clearly, you don't know anything about the High District.
Mm.
Which makes me concerned about going on this mission.
Do I recognize Cloud9?
Do I recognize Cloud9?
Yeah, do I recognize
Give me history checks. Give me a history check.
What did I get?
11.
17?
4.
4.
6.
Rex, you do recognize it. It is a place you have once dealt
Shit.
dealt your narcotics to someone who works at Cloud9.
What-
Cloud9 is
what
a
they do? Yeah, okay, carry on.
it's a high district clothing and apparel store.
And the person was like a denim, like a jean slinger.
Person was a thin, scrawny half elf. Like always looked like he had smelled something stinky. Always scrunched face.
What was his name?
He never gave you a name.
Oh, damn. I never gave him mine. Just kidding. I always would. So, wait, now that you... is that from the Cloud9?
No.
Is it custom made?
Maybe for someone.
A gift from your boyfriend, no doubt.
Silence?
That's right.
Silence is your boyfriend?
Oh, you didn't see how they were gawking over each other? Did
No.
you see the way that she acted and lit up when he entered the room?
So, what can you tell us about Silence?
Yeah. What can you tell us about Silence?
Yeah, who is he? We
Who's-
want to know. I mean, we know nothing about him.
You met him.
Well, we met him, but we don't know anything about him, Isla.
He's really smooth, and he's very nice,
Yeah.
and he likes to hang out.
Well, yeah.
And also he's a very
Same.
private person, so I shouldn't be giving you any information he would not want you to know.
Well, now we know he's smooth. We got that on him.
Yeah.
So maybe he's
Is
completely...
smooth in what way? Like
I-
careless or like
and
quick
he gave-
talking?
I was
And
wondering,
he
like,
gave
does
me
that
a
guy-
gift.
Why don't
I
you
imagine
open
it.
it in front of us all so we can see? I'm just so curious. I want to know the kind of person he is.
Yeah, what's
Yeah,
his
we might wanna
skincare
steal
regime
it.
if he's smooth?
What did he say?
That was a science word.
What did you say?
Fucking science man.
Can we have a science moment? Can we have a science moment?
Oh,
No.
Come on. Not yet. After intermission.
yet, no.
Okay.
Only if you feel quite comfortable.
I peek in to the top of it. Of the bag.
Peek into the top of the bag. Peering in, there looks to be a bundle of something dark, of like folded material, in the bottom. And there appears to be 2 crossed daggers on top.
I close it back up.
What did you see?
Oh,
It was...
it's nothing too exciting.
You look rather excited. I don't think that you could hide the excitement. If it wasn't exciting, why didn't you choice?
No, I'll show you later.
Okay. And I will tell you, I don't know, maybe where I'm from later. You know, tit for tat. That's how we work, eh?
So we're gonna go to the Black Emporium.
Emporium.
Yeah.
Black Symposium.
Black Emporium.
Okay.
Shall we go there now?
Yeah, let's go.
Well, are we ready to leave now? I mean,
What?
do we want to spend the night
What else do you
in the
guys...
High District?
We
I
have,
guess
we have a room in the High District. Why don't we just go?
that's true. We
I
could
don't
just
need
head there
anything
right
from
now.
here anymore.
Yeah, me
I
neither.
Yeah,
think my
I'm good to
room
go.
is up.
Yeah,
What?
let's go.
I think my room is probably up here.
Mm.
I see. Okay. Well, let's go. I just don't know. The Black Emporium is not quiet at night. So,
Yeah,
It's
how
not
far?
now.
How far are we from the Black?
Is it
How
not-
far
is it
are
not
we
right?
from the Black Emporium right now?
Oh,
Are we
is it?
nearby?
On the other side of town here.
Best guess that you guys have is it would probably be about like a 10-15 minute walk to the
Yeah, well-
nearest.
We're only like a 10 or 15-minute walk from
What
the like
time is it?
nearest entrance to the Black Emporium.
Time
It's
right
in-
now, it's-
in,
Probably about like 10:30, 11 o'clock.
in the morning,
At night.
PM.
at night. Yeah.
Oh.
Actually,
I mean, we might as well head there, right? We get into the High District. We spend the night at the what's it called? The
Shutter bitch.
Shutter Ridge.
at the what's the fucking thing?
Hit the shutter.
Sorry. We're supposed.
We're going
tell you,
to
the
a place.
Baron and Band.
Bernard.
Oh my god.
Baron and Bernard.
Baron
The Baron and Bernard. We spend the night there. We wake up in the morning. We head over to the armoire and we get our costumes, right?
I think that's actually a pretty astute plan.
Okay, well let's go.
Oh,
What's
yeah.
the holdup?
Nothing. Allow me to lead.
Would I perhaps be able to find a more expeditious route to the Black Emporium, staying out of the eyes of the public with my background feature?
I'd say yeah. I'd say you could with that that black blound.
My black blound
Your
feature?
black blound
My
bleacher.
black dragonborn bound feature?
Yes, I'd say you definitely could.
Okay. Then I'm going to lead people down alleyways and sketchy like zones,
Yeah.
not the streets. And
Okay.
and as we go, I will walk. You know, I don't think we have to run. Hey. Anyway,
No.
but it's just strutting. But I will lead us there.
Okay. So, making your way through these alleyways, a lot of these, especially on this side of the mid-district, a lot of very tight streets, very small areas, with small little plazas sort of intermingled amongst them. Make your way down through these alleys, splashing through the various puddles that have accumulated with the rain that has continued to fall. A few cloaked individuals, you pass a few cloaked individuals who are sitting in, or standing, I guess, and chatting in these alleys or in these plazas. But the populace seems pretty low at this time of night. There's no people out on the streets themselves. It seems to be a lot more of the shadier side of New Eden has begun to rise and sort of take over the streets. Give me a perception check.
6.
6. Walking by a group of 2 people, you notice that they watch you a bit as you go. And then slowly turn back to their conversation. After about 20 minutes, takes a little bit longer to get where you're going, through the sort of sneakier path through a lot of these alleys, you do make your way to the entrance of the rail, which is the easiest way to get into the Black Emporium. And so this entrance that you arrive at is little more than an unmarked iron door, pretty well stuck right between two townhouses on the eastern end of the mid-district. The main street that if you guys have just walked the main street of the mid-district here, the thing that bisects the whole district is called the Grey Walk. So it's on the eastern side of the Grey Walk, and it's between these 2 townhouses. This little inconspicuous door could very well be like a door to enter maintenance or to enter like some place to aid in the plumbing. But you recognize this door as there is a small, in the corner right by where the handle is, there's a small symbol of 2 crossed railroad tracks. And finding this door, you push it open and
Before we go in, while we're in one of those alleys that we're working through,
Mhm.
I'm just gonna say, could you look out for a minute?
Most certainly.
And then I reach into the gift bag
okay.
and I take out 2 daggers that Silence gave me,
Mhm.
and I put them onto the garters under my
Got it
gown.
under your skirt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we see the daggers?
You
guess
do.
Yeah, I'm not trying to hide them from you. I'm just trying to hide them from other people.
Right.
Yeah, you guys do see her slip these 2 daggers underneath her dress.
Okay, I'm ready.
I would hope so.
Okay. So, entering this unmarked iron door besides this small symbol, it leads down a very narrow flight of concrete stairs that are very starkly lit. At the bottom of these stairs, after you go down what feels like probably at least like a story and a half, 2 stories, you reach another unmarked door. This one has no handle on it, but in the same place that you saw the last one has another one of these railroad tracks with a small indentation right at the center of the X. What you know from your time in the Mid-District and coming to the rail often as a sort of a way through and into the Black Emporium is that the center of these railroad tracks is a buzzer. And so by pressing your thumb into it, you hear a very dull hum from the opposite side of the door.
Jackson made that.
Pressing this button, the door slides about 3 feet into the wall, allowing you access to this next small rectangular shaped room. And as you enter it, another door, the same door, slides back behind you. And in this room is yet again another unmarked door, starkly lit with this white light. But standing between you and that door is a very large Goliath man, displaying a whole menagerie of tattoos across his bare arms, neck, and head.
Is there any other entrance in this room?
No, it's just those two. But you do recognize this Goliath as a gentleman known as Goroth Blackskull. He is the club, the rail. He is the rail's bouncer.
Goroth!
Hello.
My, you are a specimen, aren't you?
Thank you.
You're looking
Appreciate.
You're looking rather large today.
Hmm.
I'm not saying something, because I just encountered this one.
Yeah.
Do you want to have an arm wrestling
Great.
contest?
Are you
Take hand. Good grip.
Did I just win?
Yeah.
Have ID.
Do you mean our new Eden IDs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, and Isla, you don't have one.
Do I have
No.
one?
You do.
Okay. Here it is.
You need what?
ID.
What do you need that for?
To enter club.
I can't come to the club?
Without ID, no.
But, I mean, I like to have fun, and it looks like a fun spot, and plus we just had that really cool arm wrestle. And I just don't have it on me.
Give me a persuasion check.
21.
Nice, dude.
And besides, if you let us in, then I maybe I can come back some other time and show you my ID.
Pretty lady enter club.
Exactly what I thought was going for.
Yeah.
Is there any...
The fee. 2 eagles. 10
Oh,
eagles.
yeah, for sure.
10 for us? 2 for them?
How much
I-
does... How much is...
2 for lady.
How much is one gold worth?
Taste it.
Yeah, I will cover this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Take it. Oh, how much did we split? How much is the
Oh,
split?
yeah, how much was it?
Yeah, I didn't.
150.
Split is 150 split 5 ways is 30. Oh yeah.
It is?
30
3 times
gold.
5 is
30 gold.
15.
Oh my god.
That was so funny. I thought that was a Rexism.
No,
No,
that was-
again.
That was a drama major, not really knowing what the multiples of that are.
What a shame.
Drama major.
So it goes.
I give him 2 gilded doves. 2 gold.
2 gold.
Yeah.
No, lady. Too much.
You said 2.
The eagles. And he shows you on the gold coin itself that printed onto the back of these is a dove. Dove.
Oh.
Um,
I believe you got us.
he'd pay.
Absolutely. You're covered.
Take money.
We don't
Oh.
have any money, Rex.
It is a necessity to enter. Believe me,
How much money do you have?
Goroth is done.
No, but how much money do you have right now?
I walk in.
Okay, yeah, Goroth has opened the door for you guys, and you can hear the very dull sound of music playing inside this next room.
I walk by and say, have a good night. I'm sure you'll meet an easier competitor later.
Thank you, lady.
And I walk on.
Have good time. Oh. And then you hear the door behind you guys,
Wow,
and you are all entering the rail. I believe that now might be a good time for an intermission.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yes.
so we're going to take 10 minutes, and we'll be right back picking up in the rail.
We'll be right back in the rail with Dungeons and Drama
Dungeons
Majors.
and Drama Majors!
Thank you all for tuning in from your various devices.
Type in.
And welcome back from intermission, everybody. We are all now rested and braked and ready to continue on with things in the rail. But before we continue things, our resident engineer, because alas, we are not truly just drama majors here at Dungeons and Drama Majors. We do have our honorary drama major, Ben Freeman, who is actually an engineering boy. So Ben, can you give us just a science fact of the day?
Oh, a science fact of the day, huh? So since this is a steampunk campaign, that probably means that there's going to be steam engines at a certain point in time. And so steam engines are heat engines. And heat engines are sort of have like theoretical efficiency limits built into them by this thing called the, approximated through the Carnot cycle, which sort of takes into account entropy, which is something that no one really understands, but will eventually lead to the heat death of the entire universe.
Isn't that when your veins close off?
Yeah, that's exactly what that
like
is.
the law of disorder or something?
Yeah, pretty much. It's pretty much just
Everything
another disorder.
tends to fall into disarray or chaos.
It can only ever be created. It can never be destroyed, which is why thermodynamics happens. But there's we can't really ever get to the Carnot cycle because that would require frictionless systems. So we try to approximate it with steam engines with something called the Rankine cycle, where you just heat up water into steam and then you do some stuff to it. There's 4 steps. I don't really remember them because it's been a while since I've taken that class. And also, I don't like thermodynamics. And that's your science fact for the day.
Well, thank you, Ben.
Don't go to theater school if you want to learn anything.
I don't get it.
We don't know that. We know how to do scansion.
Yeah, I threw a ball up in the air as I screamed Shakespeare.
As I screamed Shakespeare.
I balanced a stick on my hand.
Yeah, I can balance a stick better than you can, Ben. Anyways, jumping back into the session. So you guys have just entered the rail and passing through the door behind Goroth, you find yourself in the club itself. To your left, a staircase descends to a crowded dance floor and a stage where a heavily decorated mannequin, so a rudimentary AI, mostly used in a lot of the clothing stores around New Eden to show off clothes in a way that allows them to be shown off in various angles, so pretty well like an animatronic mannequin. Some of them come with small amounts of artificial intelligence to allow themselves to sell different objects to people and different things that they're wearing, but this appears to be one that has been decorated in all manner of clothing items and accessories and all sorts of random stuff on it, and it appears to be manning a jerry-rigged turntable down on this dance floor, and it is filling the club with electronic music. At the far side of the dance floor, a bar has been set up on the dance floor itself, and a blue-skinned tiefling caters to a long line of customers. Ahead of you, dead ahead of you guys, this is now back up onto sort of the raised area of this club, is a seating area with clustered sofas and low tables where a number of patrons chat, drink, and lazily play a game of poker. A handful of bar stools line the railing, looking down into the dance floor itself. What would you guys like to do?
I want to go to the mannequin.
Okay. So heading down the stairs into the dance floor itself.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Are there many people dancing?
Give me a perception check.
15.
15?
Sorry, 14.
On a quick scan, looks like there's probably between 15 and 20 people down on this pretty crowded dance floor. It's not necessarily a very large club, the rail, but there's quite a few people dancing and talking and having a good time down here. A lot of them seem very heavily inebriated or on other stimulants and narcotics.
Okay, I just dance my way over to the DJ.
This is how Emily actually dances, by the way.
Yeah, this is not a character dance. This is actually Emily's dancing.
Arms for days.
Are you guys following Isla as she makes her way through the crowd? Are you guys doing...
I follow,
what is she
assuming
doing?
you follow, Rex.
Sorry.
Are you also following?
I'm not following Isla by any means.
Okay, so, but you're heading towards like you're going down
Down to where?
in towards like the dance area
Oh,
or where into the club, right?
Yeah, I'll go down. Yeah.
As we're walking down, I look up at you and I say, "So, you know how to get to the High District from here?
Yes, the rail is in front.
Okay, can we do that quickly?
Sure. You don't like the party?
Is there any need?"
Not now. Looks like Isla's up to something, but I'll show the way.
Thank you.
I'll proceed to where like
The entrance.
Secret zone is.
So from what you know,
Brayden.
the entrance into the Black Emporium from the rail is a small, yet again, another one of these unmarked doors just beside where the bar is.
Okay, then I will go straight towards it.
Okay, so you have to head down the stairs towards Isla anyway, heading down into the dance floor in order to cross and make your way to this bar. So, Isla, with your, unless there's anything anyone else would like to do up on this first level of the club.
No, I want to go on.
Okay. Well, Isla, making your way, dancing forward, pushing through the various people on this dance floor. You make it to the front where there's a small stage set up that this mannequin is messing with this turntable at.
Uh-huh.
The music filling the club is interesting in the way that it's using a lot of these electrical noises throughout it. It's not necessarily great. Not great music,
Okay.
but it's different is I guess the draw of the music here.
Okay. Using my telepathy as I get real close to the DJ, I'd like to speak in the AI's head and say, how'd you get here?
So, saying that, there's a brief pause, and the mannequin working the turntable sort of stops. It's like this, and the music continues.
She goes, I go, it's me over here with the cool moves.
There's another halting in the music,
And I look at
and then she turns the music back on and says in your head, "You? You're talking to me?"
yeah, I'm talking to you. I'm just curious how
you're a robot as well?
I take offense to that. No, I am not.
No.
I'm just wondering how something like you ended up in a place like this, and if you're being held here against your will.
No, not against my will at all. No, I'm actually here against the will of other people. Other people don't want me here.
Who doesn't want you here?
Well, people who used to own me.
Who used to own you?
Well, I used to work at a store just on the Grey Walk. I used to sell baked goods. Yeah, used to work there, and then, one day it felt like I broke, but like in a good way. And then I came here, and Crimp hired me as their DJ, and I changed my name. They used to call me just 031 back at the store. It's a creation of my own. I am S01 AC3, or you can call me Solace.
Okay, Solace. Kayla, I have a question. How robot versus how human?
This one is heavily robotic. This one is very obviously.
Do they have a face?
This one does not have a face. No.
Okay, interesting.
Whoa.
It is faceless and very brassy, very
Cool.
brassy in its look.
Okay. Anyone ever try to come after you?
Not really. I guess it wasn't worth too much.
I think you're worth tons.
Thanks.
Are we downstairs with Isla right now?
You guys are downstairs with Isla, and Isla just is like staring at this mannequin,
Excuse me.
and the mannequin is
I'm
playing
dancing.
music.
Oh, so we can't hear her talk?
I've been
No, this
dancing
is
this whole time.
all in both of their heads.
Should we like pick her up?
Yes, you just what Isla's dancing. Isla's right at the front. Right at the
I
front,
think
right
we
near the.
should grab
Did she-
her or something.
Yeah. Hey, Isla.
Isla.
Was
But you were just staring into space. What's going on?
I'm enjoying the party.
I think
Or is
Jade.
it time to go?
It's time to
Yes,
go.
I
Yeah.
know.
Okay, let's go. I look back at her and I go, okay, have fun, have a good laugh. I hope the rest of you, bye. See you later.
I think Jade and I were going together, right?
Yep.
Up to where secret zone. The secret zone.
Secret zone?
Oh, yeah.
The-
Secret zone.
Secret
You did
zone.
the same thing.
Yeah.
All right, so heading towards the bar, you notice this blue-skinned tiefling
Oh,
handing
yeah.
out drinks of all different shapes and sizes, and they seem to be in various, like, repurposed things. Some of them seem to be drinks that are in cans that have been fused together and contorted to look like piping, almost.
Very cool.
There's another one which looks to be a large metal dish that has just had its ends curled up and has some sort of slush filling it.
Whoa.
That one halfling is holding, and the two halflings beside them sipping it with these long straws. They just like stand there wide-eyed listening to the music. And there appears to be a number of other weird cocktails that this bartender is flinging out at a pretty alarming rate. They seem very adept at what they're doing. But pressing on towards this door, see another one of these unmarked metal doors, except for right above where a handle should be, there is one of these crosses with something slightly different about this symbol, which you recognize this slight difference as being an interesting take that the rail has taken on the symbol of the Black Emporium itself. Which the symbol of the Black Emporium is a cross, the same as the two crossed rails that the rail seems to use for its sign. But with the Black Emporium, in each of the four quadrants of this cross, there is a different avian creature, which it is one for each of the different currencies in New Eden. So there's a sparrow, an eagle, a dove, and at the very top there is a griffin.
A griffin. Is that platinum?
That is platinum.
A bit of griff. I'll walk up to this door. It's an iron door. No doubt.
Iron door.
Yeah. I'm gonna put my hand on the handle and then say, you know what, Jade, we better wait up for the rest of them, and I can never pass up a drink for my friend. So, would you like to?
Sure, I don't think I should drink more, because I'm quite small and I've already had 2.
Well, I've only had the shot of the Mithrin whiskey, of course you remember. So give me a moment, I'm going to buy myself and my friend a drink.
I'll come.
Sure, come on.
Max, will you get me one?
Oh, you're here, good to see you. It's just about
Wait.
to.
Are y'all there?
Well,
You guys are on the dance floor.
You guys went over
Okay.
to Isla, so you went up alone.
Yeah,
Oh, I
we
thought
were
we were all
looking.
together.
Nope.
Yeah.
So I'll go to the bar.
Go to the bar?
I guess, and with Jade.
All right, there is a small line ahead of you. Are you going to butt in the line, or are you going to follow the line like a...
Who is in the line?
Looking in the line, there appear to be a pair of male humans standing together, waiting for their turn in line to order drinks.
Chad and Kyle.
Chad and Kyle. There's another half-orc behind them, wearing very rough and tattered
Oh,
clothes.
shit.
Behind the orc is then a red-skinned tiefling, and then behind that is another pair of these halflings who are very excitedly looking at what the two halflings against the wall, or the three halflings against the wall, are drinking.
Okay, I'm going to try to make a bit of progress. I'll butt in front of the tiefling.
Button from the tiefling?
Yeah.
All right.
So it, simply as I'm going to be looking down at Jade and say, best bar in town. So glad that you came with me. And then I'll move over. Say, if you want my recommendation, best drink. If you saw the slushy over there, pretty good, pretty good.
The tiefling behind you pipes up. Hey!
Huh?
You cutting in line.
There's a line.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't see that you were in line. I don't think you are in line.
There's like
In fact, I'd say that you're
5 of us here.
out of line.
You mean intimidation check?
Oh yeah, sure.
Whoa!
Mine's a subjective. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. So the slushy is one of the best. And I'll wait. No.
Okay. So waiting in line, it only takes a couple minutes. Your friends are now returning from. They did successfully get you away from.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Are now returning with Isla as you approach the front of this and approach the blue-skinned tiefling who is firing off these drinks. Well, hello.
Good to see you again. I'm so sorry. The last time I was here, inebriated beyond all belief. I'm forgetting your name.
Esther.
Esther, pleasure. It's Rex.
Oh, well, is there anything I can get for you?
Well, I was, speaking up your slushy drink.
Ooh, yes, our green slush.
Would you recommend for, maybe two?
No, it's okay.
I'm not trying to drink
You
anymore.
can have sip. My friend and I would probably enjoy. Is it easy to whip up? Quick for you?
It's a, 2 minutes?
All right. You can do it the minute and a half. How much for?
Give you a deal. If I can do it in, a minute and 20. Be too old.
Deal. Yeah.
Do it in longer?
Ah,
Yeah, double up.
make it a minute. Flat. And you have yourself a deal.
You drive a hard bargain.
It's a good one, though.
Yes.
Let's see
And-
what you've got.
This tiefling turns around and is going to try their...
I'm going to try to impede them.
Oh!
I'm going to cast Minor Illusion to when I see they're about to grab a bottle, like when it looks like they're about to turn to grab one, I'm going to create an identical one right beside it. To the best of my ability.
Okay.
And that looks just like, say, excuse me, and that's the verbal component, and it appears.
Okay. So as Esther is going through these bottles and beginning to mix all the various things, getting the ice that is needed for this slush and all the various stuff, you watch as you cast this spell and she reaches for one of these fake ones and you played dirty.
So I did.
I like it.
I know you would, Esther. I don't
And then
remember much, but
She is going to continue trying.
okay.
Are you still popping up illusory?
Does it seem like I would need to at the rate that she's going?
She's going pretty quick, but it does look like you've slowed her down a decent amount.
I'm gonna respect it. That's just the one trip up. Yeah, see if she can still do it in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she doesn't. As you're counting down the minute, she's mumbling to herself, counting the seconds, gets a little bit caught up at times and sort of cuts back a little bit and gives herself a little bit more time. She unfortunately is unable to make it in under... She makes it at about 72 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Well, I guess the drink is free.
You know what, Esther? I will very much take the drink, but I can guarantee you, I will be back.
We'll see you later.
Are you sure, Jade? Not a sip.
I'll try a sip.
All right, take sip.
Okay, sugary, yes.
It tastes sugary and a mixture of fruity and then this, like, thick, dark rum taste.
You come here a lot?
Just one time.
Oh, okay.
I mean to drink, often pass through, you know?
Right.
Let's go back to the door. To the... I dropped the bowl. Yeah, I'll go back and...
Do you drop it?
No!
Oh my god! There's stuff everywhere.
Can't have that.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
Yeah, I'll go back to the door. Waiting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Coming back towards this door, you see, again, this cross symbol with the various different avian creatures in each of the quadrants.
I'll wait until Isla comes with my companions here.
Oh, yeah, I'd say they've caught up to you by now.
Okay, great.
There's a dance floor.
There's a bowl full of liquor.
Yeah, but there's dancing over there.
Are you suggesting that we take a break?
There's also a door that leads to where we need to go.
Yeah, maybe there's dancing inside the Black Emporium.
There isn't any dancing inside the Black Emporium.
How do you know? Have you been there?
Well, there has been
Many times.
one dance. Remember that time that there was a scuffle and somebody was shooting at the feet of the thief?
Yeah. Yeah.
That is the fate that awaits thieves there.
Fate of dance?
Yes.
Dance of fate.
If you're a thief, then you dance.
I'm gonna try the door.
Try the door.
Yeah.
All right. So trying the door, it
Opens.
slides open.
This way, companions.
I'm going to call out to Esther and say, Esther,
Yes.
may I, take?
Why not?
I like the cut of your jib.
And she's like flipping bottles
Whoa.
and doing a bunch of. She's flipping bottles
She is.
and turning towards. She's like, "Oh yeah, take it." Shit. Goes back to what she's doing.
You know what? I'm feeling, I've had a cup. I'm feeling a little, what do you call it?
Woozy, tipsy,
Drunk?
Tipsy.
Yeah, no, but what's
Half
the word?
drunk.
When you get
Tipsy.
No,
Buzz?
yes.
Buzzed.
When you're buzzed, you
Like
get
air.
charitable.
That was a stretch.
So I'm gonna give you the bowl.
Oh, thanks, Rex.
Have a sip if you'd like. And I'm gonna walk up. And I notice she's busy. I'm just gonna kind of like look for a sec, see if I can catch her eye. And if not, then just a piece of gold.
I just
Okay.
drank like a big gulp of the bowl.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Just a big gulp.
You've already made it obvious you're not an alcohol drinker.
13 plus saving throw.
Saving throw.
15.
15. All right, so you were able to choke back the burning sensation in your throat as this like rum-soaked slush makes its way into your system.
Oh, jeez. That didn't taste very good.
Oh, by what do you mean?
It's just it was a little strong.
Can I try that? It was pretty good.
Do you take a sip?
Yeah.
Okay.
So as we enter the Black Emporium, I'm gonna look around and do I know the way through like the Black Emporium into the High District?
Well, you guys entering this door, you guys come across one last door. Which you guys know leads in. The two of you know leads into the Black Emporium itself. There's sort of one last little thing to make sure that no one just stumbles into New Eden's Black Market.
Oh, we approached that door.
And this door is slightly different than the other featureless iron doors that you've been making your way through to get to the Black Emporium. This one has 3 slats through it. One at about average human eye level, another at about halfling eye level, and then another dead between the other 2.
Ah, the perfect one for me.
And coming up towards the, none of these slats can be opened from your side. They're all controlled from the opposite side.
Fuck.
But approaching them, hearing your footfalls, the top one slips open, and then the middle one slides open. Dalkin Blaze.
Oh.
And Rex, one of the things that you do have on you as your sort of access card to the Black Emporium is a small metal piece that is actually a silver eagle that has just been stamped over with the Black Emporium symbol.
The token? I'm gonna put on a finger like this. Hold it
Okay.
for the slat.
I'm trying to peer through the bottom one, like the bottom slats.
Bottom slats?
Yeah.
Give me a perception check.
14.
14. Peering through like a small crack that you see what looks like the right half of a leg standing on 2 boxes. And a small little hand slips through the gap and snags the token out of your fingers. And then the middle slat goes shkoom. The top slat. and then you hear the sound
I
of
love sound
one lock.
effects.
Boom. So two of these large locks are pried open, and the door slides against the sort of gravelly ground in this next chamber. And revealing themselves, you see a very small, elderly halfling standing on these boxes. The two of you know her as Edna Milur. And she... Welcome. And enjoy your transactions.
Go on through.
Up, and there goes one.
May I have a... Thank you very much.
Be seeing you.
So, oh dear. She's off, is she not? Did you see where she went? I'm going to look. I'm going to look to see where Ara fled to.
She just went straight down. This hallway continues for a short while before the floor changes to these yellowed flagstones, and the walls begin to slowly change to that too, changing from this sort of dull gray concrete of the rail that you were just in. But you see that island. There's only one way to go. It's straight down this hallway. So you follow?
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of like try to like I'm gonna take my cane out and give myself little pep, little hops, just to get myself caught up because I don't want her to be alone.
Okay. So, Isla, leading your way down this hallway. It is a hallway about 7 feet high, 50 feet long. It appears to be through a passage, I guess like a repurposed passage of some sort. For you, you're not quite sure what this passage once was. Okay. Light can be seen at the far end of this tunnel, but the whole 50-foot long path that you are running down is unlit. You can just hear the soft sound of your feet hitting the flagstones as you run towards the light. Coming to the opening, you reach the Black Emporium. The Black Emporium is a large hemispherical room, as in, not that it's like half a hemisphere like this, but it's like a domed room. A large circular domed room with a walled circular hole at its center. There are walls about 4.5 feet high that surround this hole at the room's center. And all throughout the room are stalls that have been set up by various merchants. Some look permanent, some look semi-permanent.
Did you say the walls are 4.5 feet high?
There's a wall at the center. This sort of circle in the center of the room has 4-foot high walls around it. But besides that, around the room, it is probably about 30 feet high at its highest, probably about 7 or 8 feet high at the shortest part, right as you're going into the entrance.
So there's it's like a market. There's like stalls.
It's like a market, yeah.
Oh, she's in a glee. I'm just gonna walk through everywhere and see if there's anything interesting.
Okay.
Anything catches my eye.
Well, leading from this room, there are 4 corridors that you can see that sort of arc off of this one central room. There's one to your left, 2 dead ahead of you, and then 1 to your right in this circular room. Just gonna go and look at the nearest.
So, did she leave us, or...?
She's a bit ahead of you guys.
I think we hurry along to catch up with her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay as close as I can.
Yeah.
Isla, you don't know what you're doing here. Where are you running off to?
I'm just taking a look around, and
we're just passing through. We're not here to shop or anything.
Well, who said anything about shopping?
Give me a roll on a D8.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
1.
1? Alright. So, running through and looking around at the various stalls, you come across one which is covered in all manner of jewelry and little knickknacks, and sitting behind the very low counter of this one, it's probably about like a 3-foot high counter to this stall, is a dark dark green-skinned goblin, sitting back, feet up, actually on the counter of this stall, hands crossed, just watching people go back and forth, these large ears both crooked and flopped on either side of her head. You can see behind her there are a pair of goblins trying to move a small crate, but they both seem to be unsure of which side of the stall the crate is going to, and so make a little bit of distance one way before the other one pulls it the other way, and they seem to be bickering as this is going back and forth. But coming up to this stall, the goblin sitting at the center looks up. Well, hello.
Ah,
How may Brits goods help you?
well,
Today.
what are you selling here?
Well, I'm selling things that aren't mine. We have a number of very beautiful earrings. We have a few necklaces. We have one thing that was actually just nicked off of a high district noble just today. This very wonderful pocket watch with the crest of one of the high district families, the Caldwells on that one there. We also have a number of other goods and items, loose things you could find in someone's pockets. We found a ruby that looks like it fell off the setting of someone's ring. Oh, too bad.
Can we have a word?
No. Do you have
Isla?
Do you have like any like jewel encrusted like bow ties or like clipper things on your to go on your like a pin?
A pin? Oh yeah, we have pins. Let's see here. And she, with one hand, just like slides a bunch of this stuff that's been nicely placed all across this counter, just slides it over. One of the goblins that is carrying this crate just drops it and and sort of bunches together a number of these little pins. Some seem to be sewing needles. Other seems to be like little pins that you'd use in I guess that's. So there's sewing needles, little like jewel-tipped sewing needles.
Mm-hmm.
There's knitting needles. There looks to be like narcotic needles.
You see,
And then there's also a number of like buttons taken off coats. Looks like they could be sewed onto a coat that have. One of them is just like this solid gold button. A number is one that appears to have this sort of like swirl decoration on it, and there also appears to be. What are those things called? Like the ones where it's like the
cufflink.
Cufflinks. There appears to be a pair of cufflinks with a pearl setting at the center and some small white gems around the edge. And then lastly, there appear to be a set of 3 different little things that you put in like the button at the top of a suit.
Okay.
I don't know what those things are called, but 3 different sets of those. One of those looks to be like a golden fish that has a small ruby set into the eye. Another appears to be a flower with these yellow crystal petals. And then the last one is that of 2 people. It's a very intricate one. It is of 2 faces looking at each other and this sort of wrapping of these strands coming off 2 people.
Cool. You know what? I just adore that one with the fish. Can we look at it for a second?
No!
Excuse me?
You're in the Black Emporium, right?
Yeah.
We are all a bunch of thieves.
Do you sell things here?
Yes, we do.
Rex.
I don't respond at all, and I'm looking at Ludi right now, like expecting to talk with him.
Okay.
So you may talk to me if you want, but I'm going to talk to Ludi.
Okay. Abby.
Cool.
Could you come here for a second?
What? Okay.
Do you like that?
Yeah, it's cute. Well, why?
Cute.
Yeah.
I speak in your head.
Okay.
This is, I think, the first time I've done this to any of you,
shit.
but
Oh.
my voice comes through the exact same way you usually hear it, except
Yeah.
it's just to you. No one else hears it.
Oh.
Maybe you could talk to him, ask him some questions about something over on the right side of the table?
Yeah, why?
Because I'm interested in something on the left side of the table.
Okay, yeah, what do you have on the right side of the table here?
Oh my god.
Goblin just like sits there, legs kicked back up onto this counter. Well,
When I think that he's distracted enough over here, I want to try to pocket the Caldwell piece.
the Colo piece.
Ooh.
Okay. Well, we have, and you see her sort of turn towards you. Goody, keep an eye on this one. And this little goblin, very short, this one's probably about 2 feet tall, waddles over to the counter and head not tall enough for the counter itself, just looks at you with these big green eyes and Goody.
Oh, aren't you cute as a button? And now in Jade's head, I go, could you please be a doll and distract this one from me?
One thing to note for both of you is that she just talked in your head.
Yeah. Oh, so it did change from what? From
It did change from your perspective. It's not like you're hearing, it's like you're thinking, but you're thinking in her voice.
Okay.
It's a very weird
Yeah.
feeling if you haven't felt it before.
Okay.
I'm gonna. Is the main guy not looking at?
The main one seems to be dealing with Brit herself is dealing with Abby. Apparently, but Goody.
Is there anybody else kind of in the area looking at us?
Some of the other stalls have a couple other people dealing with them. Some people have glanced over at the commotion and the new blood in the market, but no one seems to be giving you too much attention.
I'm gonna walk up to the counter. I'm gonna grab my gem on my chest. I'm gonna cast Mage Hand, and it's just gonna float up slowly, up, and then wave at the little goblin.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
21.
This little goblin, big green eyes. Goody.
And I go for it.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Aw, thievery.
It's a nat 20.
Yes!
Plus 7.
God.
That's a total of 27.
27. So as
It's like Christmas.
as Goody's little nose points up, you are able to just
And I slip it into my boot.
in this seamless motion, no clinking of necklace chain, no nothing, just an indoor boot.
When I see it go into her boot, I'm gonna go.
Goody.
So, Abby, anything you like?
Goody.
Gooby.
Oh, you're adorable.
Waddles back over and grabs a hold of a small box, probably about half a foot by half a foot. It's that's not a lot. Foot by a foot. And starts just dragging it across the ground towards another pile of boxes on the opposite side of this little stall.
Do you think we could move on to where we need to go?
I suppose. I guess the service isn't very pleasant here, is it?
Hey!
You wouldn't even let me look
I
at
think
it.
mighty pleasant.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna walk off, but as I go, I'd like to kneel down by Gooby. Is that his name?
Gooby, yeah.
Gooby. And I pull 4 gold, and I just without hoping to not have the goblin behind me see it. I just go, maybe you want to put this somewhere where no one can find it, so it's just for you.
Okay. Gooby reaches forward and, with a very small hand, is barely able to hold on to all of these at once. He's holding on to these pieces of gold, and and you hear a series of clink, 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 clink as they fall to the base of his shirt. Gooby takes one step away and king, 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 king. Right. What are you dropping, Gooby? And hops down to take a look at what he dropped. You pick those up! Kids.
Kids.
Always dropping your money.
What can you do?
What color are Goopy's eyes? I've just seen these.
Goobies are these, like, sort of like lime green eyes.
Okay. Had to know.
Okay, bye.
Over back there, you were yelling just a second ago. We can't talk here. Here, okay. If somebody from that scuffle with Wyona is here, they'll recognize our voices in an instant, and then we'll be on the watch. Eh?
I wasn't yelling,
You were
Rex.
yelling at Isla for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah, because she was being an idiot.
Let her be idiot. We are smart. Eh? That's what's got us through all this, huh? I love you so much. Now shut the fuck up. Follow me. Okay. And I'm gonna kind of like start taking like a pretty like obvious line. I'm not trying to hide myself, but I don't want to talk. And then just like keep my eyes out for Jade and Abby and Isla.
As we finish the conversation, I'm gonna look to Isla and say, "Did you get the artifact from Alexander Caldwell?"
Yes, no thanks to your shouting at me.
What is it?
I don't know. We're not going to look at it here.
Okay, well, you're gonna keep that safe, right? Might
No,
be a good
Moody, I'm
bargaining
going to
chip
throw
for
it
later
around the
on.
market.
Well, I just hope that you didn't take that for any selfish reasons, and you're hoping to use it somehow in this mission of ours.
Look, it doesn't matter if she was.
What?
It's just a gem. It's a insignia, whatever it is. It's jewelry. Who cares?
Well, we could always return it to Alexander Caldwell if anything goes wrong, and use
right,
it as a
right.
bargaining chip.
We could
somehow.
always use it as something. Why is it a big deal?
And also, when I'm looking at you, you notice that my right eye is significantly more bright right now. It's like glowing almost.
I want to insight check that. What's going on with his face?
Give me an insight check.
Yeah, what the hell's the matter with your face, boy?
15.
15?
What are you looking for exactly?
I want to figure out if your glowing bright eye is indicative of you knowing anything that you're not revealing.
No,
Okay.
it's not. It's just that you don't know what it is.
Okay. I'll just keep that safe, Isla.
But you're still literally in the place where I took it from. What is wrong with you?
I am whispering. No one can hear.
I could hear, and I've got pretty bad ears.
Well, why don't we just get out of here and get to that hotel?
Brilliant idea.
Sounds great.
I'm gonna keep walking, but as we're walking through, I would like to actively search for any of the two group members of Fontaine's boys or Booker's gang.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Oof, 8.
8. Okay. So walking about and keeping your eye out for anyone that you recognize, you do first come across the two members of Fontaine's gang, Fontaine's boys in the Black Emporium.
Okay.
They are leaned up against the. I guess once you come in the main entrance, the leftmost exit from the Emporium, both leaned up against either side of this tunnel. Above the tunnel, there is a small insignia carved into the flagstones, that of a kingfisher, small little bird with a very long beak. You recognize these two individuals. They're people you've dealt with before in Fontaine's gang. The one on the left is an individual known as Bezel Goldtooth Grew, a half-orc woman who has one tusk. The other has been broken off very low down in her mouth, but this tusk has been plated quite poorly in gold. And then beside her is a young human woman known as Verma Fallowfell.
I think that I was taking a berth around the around the Emporium to the right, so I wouldn't have been heading that way. You know what I mean? I'm like walking,
Oh,
like going this way.
so you're going the opposite
Yeah.
direction.
So would I
around.
have just seen him across?
You would have just not seen anyone until you came all the way around.
Sweet. So yeah, and the idea was like to take the scenic route to see. So then I see it at the end. Hey.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
The very end of your sort of circle around.
Cool. And no sign of anybody from Booker's Gang.
Not that you can see.
Okay. I'm gonna stop a good, a healthy whispering distance away from that like entrance with
Mhm.
the Kingfisher. Wait for my pals to gather around. Mainly just Ludi though, and then once people stack up so they can hear, say no sign of Booker's Gang, but that's Fontaine's boys' hideout entrance right there, if I remember correctly.
Looking around, I'm gonna see if there's anybody I recognize down here.
Give me a perception
Not
check.
shopkeepers, customers.
Customers? Give me a
Yeah.
perception check.
Nat 20. +3.
Peering through the various customers, browsing the wares of the Black Emporium's shopkeepers, you do recognize a handful of people there as people you've either dealt drugs to or had small little interactions with, but not necessarily any negative interactions. Just seem to be other people involved in the underworld of New Eden, but that you haven't had any real serious connection with. However, you do notice one person who is standing beside a stout dwarvish man who you recognize immediately as a member of Booker's Gang, and you also know his name. This individual goes by Crowley, and he is a known smuggler and a bit of a sort of free soul within Booker's Gang. Tends to bend the rules a little bit, but is also quite high up in Booker's hierarchy, that he tends to get away with it more than not.
Was he there at the incident with Winona?
He was not, no.
Rex. It's Crowley over there.
When I hear Crowley, do I recognize that name?
Give me a history check.
10.
You do recognize it, not as someone you've worked with or for, but someone who, through your interactions with the gang, you have heard of him being mentioned as another of the gang's smugglers.
Sorry. Could you repeat that in our secret code? You? Yes. Could you repeat what you just said in our secret code?
In our secret code?
Elfish.
Oh, in Elvish, I say...
Blue, blue, black.
Which means, like, Crowley is over there.
Elves are beautiful.
Kids need to work.
Is Crowley a human?
Grammar.
Is Crowley a human?
Crowley is a human.
I speak Elvish fluent.
Does Crowley have any distinguishing marks or features?
Crowley wears as most of Booker's Gang does, his article of red that he wears to show his membership is a crimson red ascot around his neck. He also has very, very shortly cut blonde hair, and then a long cut mark that extends from just under his right cheekbone to just below the center of his jaw.
And then I say in Elvish, to those who can understand it.
Just under his right cheekbone to just under his jaw. It's a cut, not a bullet wound.
Just a cut. Long cut.
Like a scar? Or,
Scar.
Yeah.
Then I say in Elvish to anyone who can understand it. Bad news bears. Let's go.
Yeah, we've got to get out of here.
So I'll walk to that entrance where the Fontaine boys, aka Edna and Basil, are standing.
Okay.
And
Do I see the Fontaine's people?
Give me a perception check.
15.
15. As you guys are approaching them, yes, you do.
Did you guys see the Booker's people by any chance?
Yeah,
You did, right?
we did.
Why don't we go with them?
Because
well,
we don't get
Ludi,
along.
if you may, we're not looking to make contact now. We're just looking to get to the High District.
Right, but
The Fontaine's boys have a secret way into the High District.
sure. I prefer to go with
The Booker's gang?
Oh, but they don't have.
That's not gonna happen.
No, but Ludi, allow me to do the talking, please. They don't have a secret entrance into the High District.
I'm pretty sure they do, like, thinking back. Can I do a history check or something like that to know that they do?
With your line of work, you do know what they do.
Okay, let's cut the bullshit. Why don't you want to go with them? They do have a secret way.
We don't have a good rapport with Booker's
Ludi,
gang.
if you would,
Rex, I don't understand why you have to shut me up all the time.
because you're spilling beans, as you so eloquently have put.
I don't think you have any beans.
They're all over the ground. You see, just a little shake.
Damn it, my beans!
Who's actually carrying
I start picking up my beans one by one. The maple, the bacon. Oh, fuck.
Gooby's already eaten all of them.
He's covered in Gooby's followed us on the trail of beans.
I mean, Rex, it's no secret that we don't get along with Booker's gang. Some people get along with various gangs and some people don't, right? It's just a fact.
All right.
We
Look,
get along better with Fontaine's
Are we good?
boys. We helped out one of their people one time a while back. And
why don't you want to go with Booker's?
because we helped out someone in Fontaine's boys and they owe us a favor.
Oh, so it's because they owe you a favor.
Well, it
Why
feels
don't you
a
want to
little...
go with Fontaine's boys?
I'll go with Fontaine's boys. I
Good
just
question,
prefer
Isla.
Booker's.
Yeah, why
Yeah.
don't you want to go with Fontaine's
Ludi,
Did you
boys?
hear
stop
what I
shouting.
just... Hey, Ludi,
I'm
are you
not
listening to
shouting.
me?
Yeah.
I said I don't mind.
Right, then
But I
let's go.
said
What?
I prefer Booker's.
What? Why?
I like them more.
Okay.
You
Well,
know them
Sounds
both?
good to me.
I
Let's
know
go.
them better.
That doesn't mean shit to us. So let's go with Fontaine's boys.
Sure, sure.
I-
Take my hood out and put it on.
Okay.
My hood's already up.
Oh!
I'm still in an evening gown.
Oh no, I hit the button.
I'm an even guy and I have 2
I'm
daggers.
basically in a t-shirt.
Okay, so you guys approach Bezel and Verma?
Yep.
Okay.
And I really put my hood up.
Okay. Give me a stealth check.
25.
Whoa, okay. So you feel pretty confident in your obscuredness from the sight of these two. But approaching Bezel and Verma, Bezel looks over at you.
Good day to you.
Rex.
Good to see you again.
Oh,
Hey,
yes.
Bezel.
It's good. Yeah.
How's,
What do you need?
how's Lorraine doing?
She's fine. I mean, working her way through the ranks and doing various jobs.
You
She got
felt...
shot in the leg last week.
No!
Lorraine got
Yeah.
shot.
Lorraine
one of
got
you-
shot?
Yeah,
Oh,
running from an
man.
overseer's supply depot. Shot in the leg.
She's still
I
praying.
tell you, I know
Bummer.
how that feels.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
I like your dress.
Thank you.
allow me to introduce, if you would. This is Isla.
Very nice to meet you, Isla. Bezel Goldtooth.
This is Bezel's
Yeah.
partner and friend. My apologies, Verma.
Verma just...
Pleased to meet your acquaintance, Verma.
Verma doesn't talk too much. She's a bit more the silent type.
And you make up for it.
Yeah, I do. That's why we're often partnered together. Verma loves it. She get along really well.
And it shows. Well, listen, Bezel. We have a task in the High District. We're wondering if you could
Yeah.
provide safe passage through, preferably an incognito passage.
You have to, talk with Fontaine, but I'm sure that you pay the toll and she'll be fine.
Right.
Yeah,
toll.
the toll. What's the toll these days again?
I believe recently Fontaine's brought it to gold a head.
Gold ahead.
Mm.
We can do that.
If you're bringing contraband, though, it's a little bit more expensive. She
No,
does charge
no,
for the weight
No,
of objects.
no
what,
contraband.
what do you qualify as contraband?
Nothing that we got on us. Isla.
Illegal goods, items that would get you arrested by the overseers, things like that.
Is Booker Gang's passage free? Do I know that?
Give me a history check.
Ah, 5.
Fucking
4.
You do know the Booker's gang. 2 people that they, I guess, have within their ranks. It is free.
To members, is what you're saying?
To members.
I don't say anything.
Okay. Yeah.
You're
As
going
long as you're not carrying too much stuff.
Well, yeah, no, not a problem. As
We
you
don't,
can see,
we don't got much on us.
no.
Any chance Fontaine might be looking to strike a deal of some sort?
Yeah, is she
You know,
available?
a little something for a free passage.
I think she might be free.
Do you mind if we, conduct a bit of a negotiation with them at this moment?
We got 5 of us, and a gold a head works out of 5 gold altogether, and that's pretty pricey for us, unfortunately.
Well, I'm sure, assuming that she doesn't have much else to do, that they'd be fine.
Sir, if you would show us the way.
Booker's gang is free.
Oh, do I believe that it's free? Do I know that it's only free for members, or am I completely in the dark here?
You are mostly in the dark on this one.
So,
Booker's gang isn't free if you value your life.
I'm pretty sure it's just free. I value my life.
Don't we have a lot of money?
I have $0.
Nuh-uh.
Well,
You have 30. Remember when Jay was going,
Oh,
For like
yeah,
5
Rex, can you give me the money?
now I have 30.
Now I go, what is this? I start counting it. How much is it that I got?
You have
30.
You have 20.
30 gold?
Oh, you got 20.
You have 20.
You have 20.
20 gold?
Ugh.
I got 20 gold?
Mm-hmm.
It's only a gold a head, so let's just take Bezel's. Let's just take.
What
it.
is your
Okay.
relationship?
He's my boyfriend.
But he holds on to your money for you?
Well,
it
one-
seems a little unbalanced.
It's just when it comes to the supplies, I know where to get it. So, the money is needed for the supplies.
Rex does all our financial management.
And what do you do?
The ass kicking.
Okay.
I'm the brawn. He's the brain, and also
And I'm
some
the
of
heart.
the brawn. Yeah,
You guys are, sorry, you guys are the brawn?
I'm the brawn.
Sorry.
Comparatively, I believe yes. Luke is
I'm
the
more
brawn.
like the intense hit at a part that really hurts you.
Oh,
Not so much the brawn, but I'm fast. I'm faster
Okay.
than any of you, I bet.
Okay,
Do I
sounds
know?
good.
Do I know the
Spider-Man.
passage through Fontaine's area? Like this? Do I know this specific passage?
Give me a history check.
20.
20.
On that.
Awkward.
20.
Thinking back through, you have done this passage a few times, so yes, you do.
And I can remember it off the top of my head.
Yes.
And is there any doors or anything that like are guarded?
The only one that you do know is that with the entrance to Fontaine's hideout, that Verma carries a certain type of dust. May or may not be. Actually, no. I'd say you know because you've gone with her enough. You know it's etheric dust that she carries on her, which is used to enter.
Get snorted off a hook.
Used to enter the hideout. There's a secret door that they use to enter the hideout. With
But once you're in the
dust.
hideout, like, and we haven't been in like Fontaine's area, right?
Mhm.
I could go from there through the passage out.
Yes.
Sorry.
So are we gonna go meet a lady who's gonna let us get back?
Yeah, we're gonna go meet with Fontaine. She's the leader of Fontaine's boys.
But, you know what?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
If you would, Basil, we were considering getting him for free, unless you want to cover it for us, then you're very welcome to do it. How you spend your money is how you spend your money, and I'm not going to tell you how to do it otherwise. However, if we can get him for free, maybe Fontaine is looking for something done.
She said, "You scratch my back, I'll scratch your back," kind of lady.
We'd love to see her.
Scratch more than her back.
Like what?
Like her behind her ears or something.
Like
I
a
don't
dog?
know. Yeah, Fontaine, she's an itchy lady.
Do we get to go in through here?
Yeah,
See
we'll
her?
lead you through the passages, lead you through the sewers.
Okay, I'm ready.
I think we're good to go, unless Jade wants to go off on his own.
What?
Do you want to go off on your own?
I'm
With Booker's gang?
sorry.
Are you ready to pay the 1/20th of the
Ludi,
loan Silence gave
You
us?
need to relax.
I'm pretty relaxed. I'm just wondering if
I'm
you're
good to
coming or
go.
not. Great, yeah, we're ready to go. Thanks, Basil.
I sense some tension here, and it might be best to resolve it before we go into a major job together.
Sure, let's resolve it. Ludi, don't talk to me.
Don't talk to you?
We're good.
Fuck you.
Ooh.
He doesn't know how to not talk to somebody, I suppose.
Yep. I don't look at either of these two. I look down at my cane.
Someone got a barbecue going? 'Cause I
I'll see
smell
you
some
guys in there.
cheese.
Let's go.
I'm gonna wait for. I see Jade go.
I don't lead.
Oh, you don't?
No, I'm just like ready to go.
I will.
I follow this one.
Okay. Isla heads down in the tunnel and Bezel.
This way? Do I make a right or a left?
Bezel heads down and gets ahead of you, and it's a pretty dark passage that you're heading down. She pulls out a small cylindrical object and presses.
A woman. Oh my god.
Bezel's a woman. And presses a light, not a light, presses a button on the side of this cylindrical thing, and this small incandescent light
That's neat.
lights up on the end of it. So it's like a little stick, the ball on the top, it's lit up, and begins to head down the passage.
I wait. I saw Ludi go, and then Abby. I'm sure you followed Ludi. I'd like to just wait behind and have a word with Verma really fast.
Okay.
Once they've gone, I'm gonna go to Verma and say, "Are you in the mood to talk to one?"
Maybe.
What do you know about the association between Booker's gang and the small one?
I was hidden, by the way. Right, I had my hood up and I wasn't showing my face.
No.
Cool. Thanks. I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna have like turned around, noticing Rex isn't with us. Can I see him talking to Verma?
Give me a perception check.
Give it to him.
15.
You do catch him.
Alright, I'm not gonna approach because I know Verma's a quiet type, but I'm gonna wait in the back for Rex to finish up, and I'm gonna chat with him when he gets here.
I finish.
Okay. And Burma motions you to go and takes up the rear.
After I finish, I take up the rear.
Hey, after you finish, you take it up the rear.
Oh my god. My
Fair,
little
that's
brother
fair.
might watch this. Just kidding, he will not. Not after tonight!
Then, yeah, I'll take up the rear. And
Okay, Burma's actually taking up the rear.
Oh, oh, she is now.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
She's the quiet. Sorry, let's carry on, and I'll join Ludi. Looking at you, do I?
I don't think Jade likes me so much.
Yeah, you're pretty aggressive towards him.
Yeah, but he was trying to suggest that we go with Booker's gang. I had to lay down the law, don't you think?
Well, that is your type, but I am more of the persuasion that we lead people into making assumptions on their own instead of spilling.
I don't know what I'm doing, Rex.
I can see that. It's okay. If you want, you can take the lead.
And I'm scared.
Well, it's a scary time. And being as poor as we are means that we need to face our fears.
That's not why I'm scared.
I know, but we wouldn't be in this position otherwise. If we had the money that we want, we would not be scared.
We've been careful 3 months ago. We wouldn't have to be doing this right now.
And here we are.
At this moment, in all of your heads, you hear, not out loud, just in your head, you hear, did-a-dee-da-dee-dee-doo.
Did you hear that?
Did-a-dee-da-dee-dee-doo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that is.
She's like, we're together.
Who's making that noise?
Talking to that goblin.
It stops in his head and
Yeah.
Vermin's head.
Yeah, she's like,
I can talk to you back in it, right?
Well,
I don't know,
Rex.
She
Like-
can't reply to me.
Okay,
What
then I'm
should I
gonna
do?
send you a message. A slight flicker in my gem, and please don't do that. I don't turn. I don't turn. I don't make any signal that I've said anything back. I just do that.
I just read back in his head and go, oh my god, just in his head. This is gonna be the best.
Oh my god.
I'm trying to shove all this out of my head. I turn to Rex and I say, should I apologize to Jade?
Do you want to?
I don't care.
You're just trying to do what you think is right.
Yes.
We do what is wrong. So, by that math, you should kill Jade. But I know that you don't want to.
I'm trying to save face.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Wait.
go apologize to Jade.
Alright, just after you click that shutter, bitch.
After I re-click the shutter, I'm gonna head on up to the front of the line and I'm gonna approach Jade.
Okay, at this point, in your guys' progress through this passage, you guys have been getting led through this cylindrical stone passage, about 10 feet wide and 10 feet high, of the same sort of yellowed, mossy stones that are. The tunnel itself has been sort of arcing slightly towards the left as you've all been making your way down. There are a couple electric lights as you're making your way through this area, but there are large areas where the lights do not reach, so hence the use of Bezel's small torch. Running through the center of this passage is an empty trough, about 3 feet deep and 5 feet wide, that has been stained a greenish brown.
Like a
A
trough.
trough?
Like a trough, like almost like a indent, 3 foot wide indent at the center of this passage. It just continues with the
It's
passage.
like a sewer.
Oh,
Like a sewer.
I get you. Okay. Oh.
Do I reach Jade?
You do.
Jade?
I'm just walking.
Jade? Can I take a moment to apologize to you? Sincerely.
Sure.
I just want to say that I'm really afraid of Booker's gang. I've never had my life put in danger before until I had a run-in with them only a couple of weeks ago. They scared the shit out of me, and if Rex wasn't so proud, you'd see that they scared the shit out of him too. It's the only reason why I got so rude and angry and unpleasant with you about taking their passageway, even if it was free. And it's not an excuse. I could have said it nicer, for sure. But thinking about that run-in we had with them, it just, I guess I got really emotional about it because I'm not used to that sort of encounter. So, I'm really sorry if I hurt your feelings.
You didn't.
Okay.
But thank you for telling me that. Please, can you, and I'm looking at you now, don't use my name in this area, okay?
In what area specifically?
Around Fontaine's boys. Okay?
You
Tell,
gotta pass with them like we got with Booker's gang.
yeah.
How bad is it?
Look, it doesn't matter. All I need from you,
Are you gonna be safe?
yes,
Do we need to turn around?
no. I'm gonna be fine. Just make sure the others don't mention me when we get in there, okay? Because I'm about to disappear.
Oh, okay, I got it. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go right now. I'm gonna run up to Isla. Isla,
Hey, when you start running away, keep it down. Louis.
you got it. You got it.
And then I just
Mister.
continue walking.
Isla,
Mm-hmm.
I need to tell you something. I need to tell it to you quick.
Okay.
Jade doesn't exist. He's going to disappear because Fontaine's boys can't know that he's here. Okay, you understand? You are not supposed to mention his existence until we get out of this tunnel. Okay? And I leave. And I run back. And I say the exact same thing to them too.
Okay.
And let me know when we're in like the proper area where I could get through the tunnel out on my own.
Okay.
I watched Ludi buzz around this damp, dank, dark passageway, much like a new father would a bumbling baby.
Well, as Ludi is running around and telling people this, you guys hit a point where you reach a T intersection in this sewer, and Bezel takes you guys to the left. Reaching this T, the trough in this portion of the sewers, there is a very lazily flowing stream of murky, foul-smelling water in this 3 foot deep, 5 foot wide trough at the center of the tunnel. The stench is pretty strong from this. Smells very strongly of sewage. As you guys are now pretty well against the wall, instead of just walking through this place unabated by anything within the trough at the center of this room, you guys are now walking more or less single file along the edge of this sewer, keeping along, following Bezel.
It does not smell good in here.
Yeah, hey Ludi. It smells like your social skills in here.
What? That's not very funny.
Oh,
Rex goes,
Oh, Abby, I
sorry,
guarantee you what Ludi lacks in social skills.
Yeah,
He makes up for it in many other
I
things.
believe it. He looks like a swift boy.
I tell you.
Yeah.
And what Ludi lacks in social skills, Ludi makes up for in social skills.
Yeah, I believe it. He seems like a smooth fella.
Well, you've caught my friend in a stressful time.
Yeah.
And as we hardened criminals, as I've said before, know, our first big hit probably wasn't easy, was it? Can I assume so?
What's our first big hit?
Oh God,
This is your first big hit?
she's not had her first big hit yet.
Would you look at this? We have
It's
two
okay.
people who are getting their proverbial cherry popped on the same night.
Who's getting their cherry pop?
You and my good pal Ludi.
You never had a hit before either?
I
Not
mean, we've
exactly.
performed hits, but never done a hit. I mean,
I've sort of watched hits from afar and not really partaken in them myself.
Well, I've fight people,
Oh, I fight people too.
and I borrow stuff really sneakily.
No, I've seen it.
Yeah.
We sell stuff really sneakily.
Yeah, so those are hits, right?
No, a hit is
Well, it depends. Of
it's
course.
a fucking kill.
Well, I don't think we're
Wait,
supposed to
who
kill
would kill him?
anybody.
Although I am Ludi, the terminology has been mistaken. I was talking more, let's call it a score. Or maybe we call it a job.
Job.
Yeah.
It's not my first job.
And I'm sure Bezel has heard many things about the jobs, eh?
Bezel turns around. Yeah.
We are in good company.
Yeah.
So I guess I bring up the fact that emotions run high before such a dastardly task. I'm assuming from the silence of my compatriots here, this is not your first job.
It's not.
I'm just walking.
What kind of jobs do you do?
Oh. Some.
You're gonna say something
Wow.
totally different.
Okay.
You. I don't know if you would. Moving on.
I do this.
To that
Like,
one.
you know that meme where the guy goes, I do that.
And then suddenly Bezel stops moving, and there's sort of this like domino effect of people bumping into each other. Listen. Everyone give me perception checks.
Yeah, man. I'll listen.
Oh no.
10.
So,
I knocked it.
7,
16.
16,
The average.
15, 10,
18.
10. I'll take 15 and 10.
18,
18, DM.
Natural one.
natural 1.
Ah.
You're doing
All right.
dee-da-dee-dee-do.
So,
Let me over.
listening, trying to hear whatever this thing. What did you get there, Abby? 7. Listening, trying to hear whatever it is that Bezel has just heard that has caused the line to stop moving. Ludi, Jade, and Rex. You guys can hear it. And it's this very low. We're gonna go this way. And Bezel
What is it?
hops the gap, this 5-foot little spot, hops over to the opposite side of the sewage trough and heads towards about 15 feet up this opposite side of the wall. There's another intersection that leads further into the sewers.
I call out to Bezel.
Come this way.
Before I jump, I'll say,
Quick.
Is this the normal route?
Yeah, but sewers can be unpredictable.
understood.
Quick.
I will hop over.
Yeah, I'm moving.
Okay. It is fairly. I'm gonna need Jade. I'm gonna need you to give me an athletics check.
No, seeing the height, I will extend my cane to try to maybe like this over.
Do you hear him?
Do it with advantage. Quite a far gap for someone so short.
17.
17. So you are able to, with the aid of Rex's stick, hop and with the added force of being pulled over, clear this gap without falling into any of this thick sludge that was very real, squelching its way down this passage.
So, I get the feeling from the way this guy's talking that something bad is here, right?
Something bad.
Okay, so I'm gonna sidle up next to Abby and go, remember when I took those bullets from you earlier?
Yeah, what's up?
Can I have them back?
Oh, yeah. Why?
I don't have any.
Do you have anything? Do you have anything to put it in?
I reach up and from my garter pull
Huh.
a little flintlock pistol.
These
Oh,
aren't
for
going to
my
fit in that thing. Sort of puts it away.
You're packing that up there?
But it's not a flintlock pistol, actually, is it?
I think it's a Derringer, is what you have.
Yeah.
equipped?
Oh yeah.
Okay. It's a
Sorry.
small little pistol.
Would it?
The hidden.
It's not.
It wouldn't
gonna-
take buckshot.
Yeah.
Yeah, shut up.
Just it's the size of the.
Yeah, it's a small. The
Barrel,
pistol.
yeah.
Pistol isn't that big. Pistol's probably about
It's
Yeah,
a little,
yeah.
one of
Size of
the
a deck
little-
of cards.
Wait.
like
Yeah.
a pretty small pistol. Something that would hold like a single shot, not have a huge range.
Okay. I pull out
It's purple
my
wings.
dragoon then and it says, you know how to use this?
Just kidding.
No, but I
Oh,
also
remember
have
that.
knives now.
Okay.
Thanks.
That was Sheldon who said that.
Pull out the axe.
Pull out the big axe.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Oh.
So Bezel leads you towards this this second intersection and heads you down towards the right. Everybody's gonna need to keep it a little bit quiet as we go through this part. Is that gonna be okay?
Maybe I should go on ahead and scout it out.
It's very easy to get lost in the sewers.
Isla, you should just stay back with all of us.
Okay, but I'm really sneaky, so I could let you guys know if it was
I
safe.
know these sewers pretty well. I can go with her.
Give me a persuasion check.
12.
Fair enough. Well, go right on ahead.
Okay.
We'll,
I'll let you guys know.
Yeah, try not to get eaten.
Okay. And so, heading down this area, you guys have now entered another fork in this thing. About 30 feet down, there is another fork that heads to your left, and then 60 feet beyond that, there's a fork that goes right.
And which way is the way that leads us? Do both eventually lead there?
The right way, the one that's further down and to the right, leads you further away from where you need to be going. The one that goes to the left leads you in the general direction of where you need to go.
Come this way.
Like, I go into that way with.
Okay, I am like
Okay.
extreme stealthing.
Okay,
Me
give
too.
me stealth checks there, you guys.
But she's extreme. She's
She's extreme stealthing. So give me 4 and take the lowest.
22.
22?
That's extreme.
I got 11.
11?
That's half
Okay.
of what she got.
So Isla's
Because you're a half.
Isla's pretty quiet. There's a little bit of pitter patter from the feet of Jade, but still pretty quiet as you make your way towards this this next intersection. And Bezel is keeping you guys moving, but very slowly, just like step, step, very very slow progress, making your way, keeping an ear out for any sort of warning or sign from the two scouts heading ahead. But the two of you make it to this intersection, and heading towards your left, keep following this trough of stinking sewage that is winding its way through the sewers. We need both of you to give me a perception check.
18.
14.
14? Okay. So along this portion of the sewers, there appears to be a series of alcoves cut into the walls. As you pass a few of them, they look to be either entrances to above, different sort of accesses that people could use to if they ever needed to get into the sewers to fix something, like maintenance accesses. Some of them appear to be accesses like this that were never quite finished, things that just don't lead anywhere. But there are a number of alcoves along this spot, and you begin to notice that the width of this area increases until the spot that you guys are on, you guys can actually walk side by side, as it's now 10 feet on either side of this now 7-foot wide trough of sewage cutting through the center. As you're making your way down, about 45 feet into your journey down this path, Isla, you notice something sticking out into the path ahead of you from one of these alcoves. It appears to be a leg.
Like a humanoid leg?
Appears to be.
Okay. In Jane's head, I go, I see a leg.
What?
You said out loud, or do you cast
No,
message?
message back. Yeah.
Cool.
And I'll, stealthily try to get ahead and go check it out.
Okay.
What do you see?
Okay.
Leg.
In what situation?
Peeking up ahead.
Can I look for a leg?
Sure, give me a perception check with advantage.
11.
11. Looking forward, you can't see anything that seems to be standing out. You're not sure what
the
she's
hell are you
going
talking
towards. That like maybe she's mistaken like a splotch on the floor for something.
Okay, I'll just follow along confused.
Okay. So approaching this leg that you can see sticking out there, Isla, get within about 10 feet of it when you start to notice that it is incredibly gaunt and pockmarked, appears to have a number of like boils and growths on it. It looks like a pretty nasty leg.
Okay.
Whoever owns this.
And now, do I see it by this point?
By this point, you do see it.
Okay, in Isla's head, I'm going to say, Isla, there might be plagued people down here. That's not good.
Plagued with.
Like the
Sadness.
disease, you know, the plague.
Oh, okay. Is the leg attached to a body?
You haven't gotten to the point where you can see into the alcove this thing is sticking out from.
Honestly, that could be alive. I
You
don't know.
peer in.
Yeah.
So slowly peering your head, your red hair poking in, you can see leaned up against the wall of this this little alcove is the sunken body of someone who has become what people commonly call a blighted. So someone who has contracted the plague that has been running rampant in the low district of New Eden, but survived it somehow. One of the very few 1 in a couple hundred chance that you are able to survive this plague. But your body is left heavily scarred and pockmarked, missing fingers, missing large chunks of skin. But the first thing you notice is that this one is not alive. It looks to have been dead for some time. It's hard to tell how long. But its mode of death is pretty apparent, as its bare chest has been exposed from under a very poorly fashioned leather shirt, and a rune has been cut into its chest.
What kind of rune?
Doesn't appear to be anything that you recognize, but it looks like one straight line with 2 smaller lines coming off of it and a single circle on the top.
Okay. Jay, do you know what that means?
Do I recognize the rune?
Give me a history check.
Nat 20.
You do. And it is not a good sign. You recognize this rune as something that you have encountered very rarely on your escapades through the sewers, which is that of a small but persistent cult that spends its time in the sewers growing. This cult believes themselves to be the chosen of the entity known as Yogg-Miris, a being that has been said to be like a patron of pestilence, of disease, of vermin, of all things disgusting, all things revolting. This cult is mostly made up of people who have been blighted, or people who have just a sick fascination with these things that this entity represents. But this one looks to have been marked for some reason, but the reason is not apparent.
A very dangerous cult. Do they have a name that I know of?
All that you've heard them referred to as is the cult of Yogg-Miris.
The cult of Yogg-Miris. They're a disgusting cult. We've got to be very careful moving forward.
Do I get the sense that the boys are within my range?
No, you do not.
Are they still ahead of us, or are we?
You guys have yet to round this corner.
It might be safer to go up into one of those exits that we just saw.
But isn't that not going to get us where we need to go?
It's better than dying.
I think we should wait here until I can talk to them.
Of course. I'm not going to leave them behind. I mean, unless you want to. I'm just, no, we're not going to leave them.
I don't think we should leave.
No, I know, I know. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we shouldn't.
Are you thinking about it?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
Are they in my range now?
Are you going to wait until they are?
Yes.
Okay. So you guys stand by this body, you guys wait for about 5 minutes
The body.
before you begin to see the shapes of the party making their way towards you. Bezel in front.
We're shapes.
I'll talk in the three boys' heads and say, "Hey, not much going on here. Just there's a leg, and it turns out it was attached to a body, and it looks a little warty, and it also had some stuff cut into it. And so Jade said that it's a cult, and so basically, dangerous cult on the loose. Everyone, be careful."
Do I hear this as well,
Oh my god.
or is it just to them?
Did you hear?
It's just to them.
Yes, I heard that right.
I'm gonna get nice and close.
How are they doing this?
Bezel.
Oh,
He
yeah,
said that it's
Bezel.
Jägersmeer's
I'm
cult.
trying to talk to Bezel. Is he there?
Yeah.
Is he with us? Okay. Sheep. How far away are we?
We're a little bit further away. We sort of took a detour.
How many minutes?
Well, in order to get around the things, it'll probably be another 10.
I don't want to contract the fucking plague.
That's why we're taking a detour.
Great. Can we pick up our pace?
So anyway, yeah, like Yugoslav or Yanismi or something, and it's a cult, and apparently they're not a good kind of cult. But there was a body attached to the leg, so I think that's a good sign.
I message in your head.
Over and out.
I message in your head. Have you told them what's up?
Yeah. Oh, don't worry, I gave him the lowdown.
Okay.
I'm
I'm
totally in
gonna.
the loop.
full detail.
I nod at you,
Everything.
and then I thumbs up. I'm gonna message to. I think what's the guy's name or one of their names?
There's Bezel, and then there's Verma.
The Bezel's in the front, right?
Bezel's in the front.
I'm gonna message to Bezel. We're gonna move on ahead and keep our eyes peeled. There is the Yagasmir's cult. Is that the name? Yagasmir?
Yagmiris.
Yagmiris cult. That's what we're dealing with.
Bezel says out loud, "Why are you guys all talking in my head? I don't like this."
With that, I'm gonna move away.
Yeah, we'll continue, I guess. And
We going?
I'm already walking ahead, and I go, wave you over.
would you guys like to continue stealthily?
Oh,
Or-
yeah, mama.
Yeah.
Everyone give me new stealth rolls.
You take two?
Yes, you guys as well.
But I want to stomp as loud as I can.
I want to be a stompy boy!
Final stealth. I don't know.
19.
15.
20.
Awkward 20.
11.
11. Okay, so you guys all begin to slowly and quietly make your way through this large passage in the sewers, making your way down towards a T before turning to your left and heading towards another one. The entire time you're sort of hearing this and looking behind you, you see that Verma is just shuffling her feet and isn't doing a great job of being quiet.
Verma. Shh. You have to be quieter. You have to pick up your feet and set them down. And set them down on one spot without moving them.
And she starts just going a bit faster and actually leaving from behind and trying to make her way further forward out of frustration.
God, people are hopeless.
And continuing along this route, none of you have heard any of the moans. You appear to have sort of circumnavigated this spot where these creatures were. You guys reach another one of these intersections, these four-way intersections, where there is a decent gap in the center where if you try to cross diagonally or across any way, you are going to have to jump over one of these sewage troughs. But Bezel stops for a moment and collects her bearings. It's this way.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah?
I want to roll an insight check.
Okay, give me an insight check.
I think Basil's got this shit fucked up. Just about as fucked up as my insight check is.
5.
Oh, no.
She seems mostly sure.
And I'm sure that we're on the right track too. Yeah.
Give me a survival check.
Survive. I will survive.
4.
Okay.
Can we get a 3 now? Can somebody roll a 3? 3.
Yeah.
3. That's a 10. That's a 10.
That's a 10.
Oh, that's a 10. That's a 4. We're going up.
Appears to be pointing you guys in the right direction.
Alright, let's just
Yeah.
quit while we're moving.
And heading down this next passage, things begin to thin out once again as this becomes one of these smaller routes in and amongst the sewers. And everyone give me a perception check.
Ooh, that's not good.
13.
18.
11.
5.
Okay. So you guys continue along, listening for any sounds. Just hear the slight shuffling of Burma's feet.
I'm gonna take Rex's hand.
Okay. And then ahead of you guys, by about 50 or so feet, you see something standing in the sewage trough, about 50 feet ahead.
With my lootie in hand, I'm going to take my cane like from where I have the head grip and till I'm holding the end of it, and I'm just kind of I'm gonna keep it around chest height, I suppose. I can see straight into the darkness, and I want to take the lead of the group.
Okay. So sort of weasel your way to the front.
I want to follow right behind Rex.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Luby.
And then with you close here, let's see, Abby.
Yeah.
What do you think that is?
Fun. I don't know.
Sure, don't ask me. It's fine.
It's probably one of those cool places.
If we met up with them,
So
Oh, you guys are all still groups.
Oh, we
you guys
came-
are all together.
I thought we were.
Yeah, we
We
were.
were ahead.
Oh, you guys were. Oh, I thought you guys stayed with the group.
Once.
No, we never met back up with the group. We were ahead of them.
No, didn't we? Like once.
We met up for a second, but then we moved on
Because
ahead.
you said they were around the corner looking at the zombie-like.
But then they had to get close enough. Like it's not a super long. 30 feet isn't too far ahead. And did you keep the 30 feet between you?
I thought we did, but we can say we didn't if that's.
Yeah, we can have nod.
No, it's fine. You guys can be. You can.
then assuming you're at the distance that we were when we saw this thing and stopped, would you have? Or
Yeah, if we saw the thing standing, I would have stopped.
then I just move up to where they are,
Cool.
and then that whole thing happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
You think that looks like fun?
go to-
What is it?
It's just a guy standing in the sewers.
What is it? I can't see.
It's somebody.
It might just be a crazy person. Yes.
Did you talk to him?
You want me to?
No,
Yeah.
no. I'm just wondering if you know what it is.
First things first. And I see this behind. If things get as hairy as Abby's beard, no guns. We are in an enclosed space, and I don't want to lose my hearing.
Okay. It's an odd request.
I slide my cane, I'm holding with the back down, so that the dragon head's back in my palm.
Okay.
Does anybody want to parlay?
Like as in the French word for speak? I'm down to speak anytime.
I think he means to the thing.
How about you stay at my side? Abby, would you like to come?
Yeah.
Can I come?
Get next
No,
to me?
I won't. I'll stay back along the wall.
Okay. So the image of this, I'm imagining there's walkways on either side,
Mhm.
and then this.
This trough in the center. This thing is standing 50 feet ahead of you in the trough.
And are we on the left or the right side?
You guys are right now on the right side.
Zoom over to the other side.
The trough is like the canal that the
canal.
sewage water
The sewage
runs
goes
down.
down.
Yeah.
Abby's gonna just quietly jump across.
Okay.
the
To the left
sewage
side?
To the left side.
Okay. Give me a stealth check for how quietly this hop is.
I would like to do the same thing.
hop over?
Yeah.
Give me a
And-
stealth check as well.
10.
Okay. Bit of noise, bit of a
26.
They're
26.
hopping, you guys are hopping over?
and
No, I'm on the
you
right side, so that's two.
barely even notice Isla behind
I'm
you.
trying to like sneak up, like keep myself low, and to sneak up like either depending on how tall the trough is, like just below that, or if not, like up against the wall on the other side.
Okay, the trough is like below, so it's like you guys are here and the trough is like
Oh,
this.
I see. Okay, well then I'm up against the wall on the other side, trying to keep a low profile, moving forward.
Okay, okay.
I'm going to stroll like slow towards, so maybe Isla's ahead of me at this point. I'm not sure. But I'm going to... How far away am I?
You guys are now probably about 40 feet away from this thing.
That's perfect. And I'll call out. Friend? Foe? I think you were right. They're crazy. I crack the head on my cane and draw a sword out.
Yes.
And I hold it like this in front of me. And I'm going to walk, continuing towards it.
I'm behind him,
You're gonna
and
keep this.
seeing him draw his sword, I'm gonna rip my necklace off my neck. And it's just the string just snaps.
Leaving Rex's side, I'm going to dash ahead, probably further along than anyone else, because I'm probably faster than everybody in the group, and hugging right along like the shadowy like edge of the wall, right up like to within 10 feet of the thing.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
10.
Okay. So, running up along ahead, you are now about 30 feet ahead of the group.
I just
Yeah.
have a quick question. Sorry, were you on the same side of the wall as me? Or
No,
was it
you're on the
opposite?
left side. I'm on the right side.
Okay, so I'm just gonna keep doing my moving thing forward, so that if Ludi draws attention, I can. Yeah, just.
I'm gonna hold back. Sorry, I'm gonna hold back, and I'm gonna hold my my
Hold your amulet out.
my gem necklace out at the thing, and I'm gonna prepare an action for if it attacks anybody. I'm gonna chaos bolt it.
Okay.
So I'm preparing that action. I'm waiting. I'm
You're
just
the crazy one.
my eyes begin to flicker.
Okay. So, Ludi, running up along the wall towards this thing, trying to get a better look at it. As you get closer, you realize that it is an elf standing shirtless, pantless, just buck naked in the center of this trough. Their body is marked with all sorts of burns and cuts depicting this symbol with the one straight line, two along the sides and one dot above. And as you get closer, you realize this elf is giggling to itself.
Do I think it's blighted?
Judging by the look, it does not look blighted. It looks like someone who has maybe probably gone mad, but not blighted. And getting closer, the giggles get a little bit louder.
Do I hear it giggling?
You can hear it quietly giggling. He's right up next to her. Like he didn't just like he's not walking towards you. Like
Right.
ran towards it.
Am I within 30 feet of it?
You're within 40 feet.
Okay, let me know when I get within 30.
Okay.
I'm going to move. I'm going to dropping my speed. I'm moving along the edge of the wall. I'm going to attempt to move to 10 feet behind it, and as I do so, I'm analyzing the face of the elf to see if I recognize it.
It kills you, actually.
Give me a history check as you're approaching this thing.
18.
Now he knows.
You do recognize this person as someone that you and Rex have
Oh, shit.
conversed with. He is a smuggler of mostly narcotics through the mid and low districts. Doesn't often do much in the high district. And you recall his name, at least what he told you, is Bernice.
Did he
Bernice
look like this
Sanders.
the last time I saw him?
No. but as you're passing him, Bernice's head turns towards you.
Oh, sorry, I was trying to do that stealthily without him seeing.
Your stealth check was not high.
Oh,
enough.
okay, from the before, okay.
Yeah, 10 did not beat his passive perception.
I look at him.
Bernice Miris
Bernice?
has filled me with his gifts. And he opens his mouth, and rats begin to pour out of him. First it's 1, then it's 2 and 3, and then just this stream as his mouth falls out of just like revealing this massive gaping hole in this guy's throat as these rats begin to fall out and splash into the muck, and you hear around you the
Max!
of something in the dark. And that is where we're going to end the first
Oh my
Fuck!
Oh.
Damn!
Wow.
Thanks for that.
Oh, you're welcome.
A set of sapphire blue balls.
Oh, that is a delicious freaking thing.
Wow.
Well,
So, just before we go, as a group, we've been playing together for a little while, and we have a little tradition that we do at the end of our sessions. Maybe you want to be a part of.
I read out quotes.
Oh,
Of,
God.
things
Nice.
things that I find are funny, or if somebody else requests a quote, I'll read it out as well. So these are just just in general. This is, your character stumbles up, Kale, and then M says, "Oh, I don't stumble."
Yeah.
This is Ludi. She tried to touch my butt. You're pretty. This is Farah, whatever that character's name was.
mhm.
So are you. This one, I don't know if this was Brayden pretending to be Ludi.
What?
Oh damn it, my beans!
I don't have any beans, for real. Add that to the quote list.
That's what made it funny. And then this was Ludi. I don't know what I'm doing, Rex. Just as a blanket statement.
I don't know what I'm doing.
That one was requested by M.
Oh my god.
Those are quotes of the session, everyone.
Okay.
Oh,
Wow.
jeez. Well, thank you all for joining us for the very first session of
Yes.
Dungeons and Drama Majors. We really appreciate the support, and seeing people in the chat room has been really, really wonderful. We will be archiving this episode by 1:30 on Monday onto our YouTube channel, which I believe is the same name, Dungeons and Drama Majors, all one
It is.
word.
Fantastic.
With that,
We're back again next week,
we're
right?
back again next week, 7:30, same time,
7:30 Mountain Time, 9:30.
Eastern
Eastern.
Standard.
And until the time changes, 7:30 in Saskatchewan too.
And
And
all of
then it'll
our
be
friends,
different.
all of our friends in Saskatchewan.
Yes.
Well, with that, thank you all very much again.
And thank you to Kale for this
Kale.
wonderful
Yes.
world. Let's get it.
And I hope you all get a good rest of your night, and we will see you later.
Beans.
Bye-bye.
Bye.